Perfect. Right on schedule. Not late at all, certainly. Hi, Brock. Hello. Soriz, yo. Good luck in the bracket, man. Always nice to watch some Soriz cook. What's so open about this wall brawl? There is no limitation. I guess this is, you know, is the game running at a higher frame rate than, what was that? I feel like that the frame rate on that caught me off guard. But yeah, I guess more so. This is more so a regular tournament, whereas there is a limitation on the bracket that happens yesterday. The intermediate brawl, if you have reached master with any character ever at any point, you cannot join it. The open one is open, as in everyone is allowed. Naruhodo, yes. Anyway, yeah, so we've got Granathan versus Fairy. Temp plays Gran and Nier. Picked, I assume, I don't think he saw, I think he sat down in the cab before Ocean did, but yeah. Honestly, not sure which of those characters probably has a better time against Fairy. Like, in my head, I feel like Nier like used to be pretty rough for the zoners. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. Regardless, that was some sort of fake safe jump attempt. God just mashed out on wake up. Amazing. What's going on over here? And that's High Brock indeed. Bonjamin as well. Hello. So let's see here. Round 1 Fairy. Understandable. Okay. I like the even though, you know, he has ended up getting put in the corner here. I like representing the empty jumps against Fairy, right? Just because it forces her at that point to, I mean, unless you're close enough, you can hit you with a close normal, which they did buff her close M in Season 2, right? To make it basically 2H attack levels, so it's a very functional up-close anti-air for her now. But otherwise, if you empty jump like that, it kind of forces, oh, good conversion, this is going to be a lot of damage. This grand character hits like a fucking truck, man. Oh, it's raw? Oh, no. Alright, yeah. But it forces Fairy to use the EX up dog, yeah, or the U up dog if she's got the meter, since the all of her other anti-air options are air blockable, right? And once, I mean, that, you know, obviously the EX, she's more than happy to use the EX up dog and potentially fuck you over, but that at least then puts it on cooldown and makes it significantly harder for her to stop future air approaches if you get the chance to partake once more. Okay, run up UDP twice now. One time with the GG makes a lot more sense. The second one, that's, oh, some diabolical shit. Was too focused on the chip out situation there, right? Ocean probably trying to walk back, looking out for a DP, looking out for a fireball, looking out for a boot, and just gets 6-6M running away. That's actually a very good decision from Temp, I think. I can't see Temp's name without thinking of that one invincible edit. The one invincible edit. I'm not sure I know what that is. There's been a lot of, I know there's the sea salt memes is going crazy right now. High level lobotomy ball knowledge. Okay. Yeah, that 6-6M, like, actually was a very good choice by Temp. I'm a big fan, and that shimmy as well. I mean, the first round, and honestly, the start of the second round were both not really in his favor, right? But not letting it get to him. It is, I think it's something you really have to keep in mind when you're fighting these zoners at all times, right? Is like, it can certainly feel, especially if, you know, if they're getting some good reads, if they're playing well, especially now that, you know, most of them have been buffed as well. Fairy and Matera especially being significantly better than they used to be, in my opinion. It can feel sometimes like it's just like, I guess I'm just never going to get to play the game this set. If they win even one round, it can be very demoralizing. But it's very important to remember that at any point, like, there's still, nothing has changed about the fact that Fairy can spend 60 seconds, 70 seconds of a round winning and then just lose it immediately anyway, right? It is still fun to, if anything, with the Brave counter nerfs, it's even more true than it used to be. So, do not let some one-sided dominance demoralize you. Sure, good spot dodge on the U Fireball, that would have almost put them on chip, which is certainly not what you're looking for. Tries to roll through. Pharrell's gonna stop it though and walk up throw. All right. I see you, Ocean. I see you. So that, okay, so the way, in case you weren't here today, or in case it's the first time you're watching one of these 2v2 brawls, that's a first to one. And you might be like, what the fuck? I understand. It's very volatile, but that is a first to one. So Temp is dead for now, right? It's basically the entire thing between the teams is a first to two, right? So they pick whoever they want to send up first. So in this case, you know, 5-4 squad, they sent Temp, right? And Dishonest Neutral sent Ocean. They play a first to one. The loser dies, is eliminated, and then, you know, their teammate has to come in, unknown Mac in this case, right? And then if you lose the two first to ones there, you're done for. Ocean, as far as the winning team, they can choose as they see fit. They can choose to stay on the cab or not, right? I personally, just, you know, maybe it will be the most, if this is like a 3 or a 4 or a 5v5, there'd be like some strategic advantage to that, but since there's really only 2 players anyway, and it's not like the team who lost the first set can't exactly choose who to send in afterwards, right? I think, you know, if they just want to let everyone play at least one game, that's fine by me. Rick, do we wait for round 2? If you're not on stream, just keep going, man. If you're not on stream, keep on chugging. No, don't worry about it whatsoever. So if your little challenge bracket match does not have on stream above it, if you get all the way to fucking round 4 or round 5, as long as it doesn't say on stream, keep on going. No need to wait. Okay, so Charlotta Fairy now. But yeah, the point, when we get to winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals, then it'll be first to 2s individually between the players. It might seem very volatile to have it be first to 1, but even with that in mind, these 2v2 brackets always end up being the longest tournaments. Having it be, first to 2s or, even, God forbid, first to 3s between the players all the way through would make this shit take like 9 hours, right? There's a bit of a compromise here. And personally, I find the volatility a little funny. Ow. Sure. Okay. Not bad. My teammate is locked in. Ocean is doing well, but... Oh, Charlotta closing the distance well. Oh, good roll. Yep. Generally, I mean, with Fairy, right, there is just that RPS. She has her like, best normals, in terms of just, like, the reach and the recovery and all of that, will lose to roll, but then she does have normals that, are, tailor-made to stop you from doing that, like her 2M, like her 2U, like her far L, but they all have their drawbacks, right? So you have to, again, like, a lot of them are a lot more vulnerable to jumping, for example, like the 2U, stuff like that. So, you got to represent a diverse range of approach options trying to get through that. But you are playing an RPS game with Fairy at round start in full screen, right? Is she going, like, are you going to try and roll through her shit? Are you going to block it? When you block it, is she going to cancel into the Gespenst, right? So you're going to try and spot dodge or roll through that, or is she going to do nothing? So if you spot dodge, you get counter hit. Or there is just a, she cheated. Understandable. There's like a constant game of RPS going on there, right? First to 3, but 1 round matches? Yeah, like, I mean... wait, hold on, what do you mean? I thought, like, they end up being first to 2s for the teams, but... First to 3, but 1 round matches would be funny, though. That'd be, I mean, I guess that'd be essentially the equivalent of... That's, like, basically a first to 1. It's pretty close, right? Somewhere between a first to 1 and a first to 2 in terms of how many rounds you get to play. I've been starting to learn Ladiva, and something that has puzzled me is what use M Headbutt has, and most have been using it from Muscle Memory of Lucy right now. Yeah, so, M Headbutt is really only good as a meaty, because baseline, it is +2, and it leaves you in throw range, and Ladiva has a 6-frame light, which means that if you match anything, you lose, right? So, I mean, you can match USPD, but also, no, you can't, actually, I lied, I forgot, because they just blocked something, so they have throw involved. Yeah, so, M Headbutt, like, standing like that is just kind of worthless. It is, you can meaty it to make it, like, +5, +6, +7. Even then, though, it usually ends up being the case that, it's reactable enough that people see you rearing up for it on your wake-up. They'll just, like, DP you or something like that, right? So M Headbutt is not very good, is the answer, Midnight. What is the use of M Headbutt? The only times that it's, like, genuinely a strong option is against characters with projectile DPs, like Matera and Vikala and stuff like that. Because then if you meaty as M Headbutt and they DP... Nice spot dodge, good bait on the DP. If you meaty M Headbutt and they DP, the Headbutt eats their DP and you kill them, right? But M Headbutt is... it also has some... I think... No, I don't... Does it have any use in... There might be like one 5U combo or something like that uses it. But it is not a very good move right now. It is one of the more... Is it just the most useless special move in Ladiva's kit? Probably, right? Light Headbutt is a nice meterless mid-screen confirm. Obviously, Heavy Headbutt is like the cornerstone of her whole fucking existence. Does it crush fireballs? All the Headbutts have armor against fireballs. It's infinite armor, but only for a certain amount of time during the animation, basically. Well, actually, I think it might be 1 hit of armor for a certain amount of time during the animation. But it doesn't armor in this, like, yeah. It can, like, armor the fireball and hit the person behind it, but Light Headbutt and EX Headbutt also do that. So if you're ever just headbutting fireballs in neutral, Light Headbutt is always the superior choice. Medium Headbutt is, again, just kind of ass. Probably is the most useless. Nice conversion, by the way. Good roll through and good punish. It probably is the most useless special in her kit. It's 1 hit, right? Yes. Yeah. If they made a +3 on block, by the way, boom, right? That's actually a really big buff to Ladiva. If they made that shit +3 on block, because then blocking M Headbutt becomes a reactable thing into a Matera H arrows win, yeah. If they made that shit +3 on block, like, M Headbutt is suddenly a really good move, right? Mac cheated, SMA cheated by being really good at the video game. But yeah, like, suddenly Ladiva's M Headbutt is, like, it's like a really scary reaction check that just lets her run infinite pressure if you're not careful. If they made it +3 on block, it'd be a huge buff to Ladiva, I think. But as it stands currently, it's basically worthless. Because again, that quack, indeed. That one frame of advantage turns out to make all the difference for a character with a 6-frame late. All right, did I get the Gamba up? No, I didn't. Who will win? We have Wholesome, Yowie, and Loki gonna win. There we go. Seems like a double Beatrix team. I will never falter. Brick. Once one wins the matches, stays in the cabin. No, you can change. The team that wins, obviously the team that loses only has one choice. The team that wins, if you want to switch, that's totally fine by me. I don't care what order you fight, as long as, someone has to lose 2 team members and the set ends, right? I think it's nicer that way, because then potentially, even with first to ones, both players can always be guaranteed to play at least one set if they so choose. Rick, you might want to switch the 2? Nope. Oh, well, actually, it is literally wrong. That's right. It is literally not on the right sides. I will switch the 2. I lied. I thought you meant like it would work better on the screen, but... Yeah, so the name is just too long. It's going over pools. We got Revenge of the Wholesome Yowie. And, what's the other one? This is Loki gonna win, right? Yeah. I think it was LMAO, Loki gonna win, but I'm shortening it a little bit. Yeah, Beatrix with the Fuselic capitalization and the spacing. It's very menacing. Okay. Ow. Where is this combo limit guy, man? Oh, there he was. Okay. I thought for a second that wasn't there. Yep. And we talk about it basically whenever, like, half the time, whenever Beatrix wins a round, right? Her having that command grab is so good for a character of her caliber, right? A character with her move speed, with her options, with her pressure, with her normals, with her damage. To also be given a command grab so that when you're low on health, you're in a literal 50-50 per game that you can't delay tech against. It's nasty stuff, man. And the command grab gives her clock. I mean, yeah, it's self-damages, but, like, come on. Wait, what? I just bet on the wrong side. Yeah, you gotta pay attention, man. You didn't see the fine print? Twitch.tv/BrickSPD is not responsible for any channel point losses incurred by lack of clear communication. Oh! What's the unwholesome pools? Yeah. Revenge of the Wholesome Pools. You are, you're not dead. Keep in mind, Lance is a 15,000 health character, right? So these questions become a little bit more meaningful. If she had SSBA... Lag switching? Okay. Oh, he doesn't confirm those. If she had SSBA, he actually might have been dead, right? But, as it currently stands... Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. The game, like, fully froze. Neff dropped, like, 2 game-winning combos, potentially, from the lag, and then he lost the round. That, it happens. It happens. Who's gonna shoot this B champion? We gotta shoot this B champion. I don't think it's happening, man. Game did not want Beatrix to win, which fair enough. Yeah, when you put it like that, kinda based, actually. Kinda based. Oh, okay, sure. She might win anyway, though. Dread it, run from it, girl failure arrives, all the same. It's very possible. That's that far H of hers, man. Ow. Of course, B is lagging. Funny, the 2 fighting games you play the most are the 9-frame throw protection 1 and the 2-frame throw protection 1. Yep. Okay. This is a bit scary. Oh, God! They were crouch blocking. Yep. I'm not sure if that was also a guard button check failure or what, but I just don't think they expected the overhead that late, right? They transitioned to crouch blocking a little too early. Lag switching in my wall, bro. Beatrix. Oh, God. Oh, fuck, man. I can't believe Fuselet's a convert, man. How did this happen? Oh, now Vayne Beatrix? This is a very fun matchup for Vayne, as you might imagine. There's certainly... Forgive me? No. I disagree. I refuse. There is certainly no problems here for Vayne, certainly. This is certainly a good matchup for Vayne, where Shield is very useful and effective, as it always is. Yowie. What a great greeting card font or text. I mean, we'll see. I had a funny match as B where I just 6-6-M the opponent in 1. I was thinking, please stand block, but it seemed they just didn't want to, and I was confused. That's crazy, dude, because Beatrix's 6-6-M is actually very unsafe, right? It's like -13 on block or something. This is, by the way, that's 1-0 for Loki gonna win. How's this? -14? Oh, okay. Yeah, that shit is very punishable if you block. I don't even know. I don't think with the way that the hitbox is structured, where it's, I don't think it doesn't stick out horizontally very far. I'm not even sure that you can like space it out to make it a little bit more safe, right? Oh, also my headphones are dying. Just let me plug them in real quick. Racist fiend drop. You can't even mediate? Really?
Battle 2. Engage.
I looked away for a second and I missed whatever just won retro that round. I was plugging in my my headset because it did the beep beep like it was about to die. I'm sad. They just kept down backing and I was like, why? Vayne 5U did something kinda? Oh, okay. That's pretty hype. I missed it. I can't believe it. It's like once every like 150 matches that you see Vayne 5U actually do something, and when it finally happens, I missed it. Ow. Ow. Here's the boot. 5U into UDP? My god. Absolute war criminal behavior. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We love multi-hits on our shields, certainly. Good spot dodge. Not a spot dodge in all of them, though. Slight reaction problems on the swing. He's gonna convert off this, right? 2U into baby. Well done. Yeah, again, we were talking about the potential, ways you could potentially buff Vayne in a video recently, right? And people were saying that, give the swings variable timing. And while I think it's a neat idea, it was, of all of the suggested buffs, it was probably the one that I was the most scared of, just because, giving Vayne the ability to be tricksy with the swing timing means that the likelihood of him getting a counter hit on those swings is significantly higher. And I mean, when Vayne gets counter hit swings, he does big damage, right? Vayne can hit hard, yeah. On anti-airs or on those counter hit swings, he basically gets his like full launcher combo. That was far away enough that he couldn't get like a, like a far H or a 2H or whatever like that, so he had to convert into the U wild beat. Still though, as you saw, quite a lot of damage, and that works in the mid screen too, right? That thing wall bounces into the 2U regardless. That doesn't look like Beatrix, I suppose there is justice in the world after all. Honestly, this is like, if there was one matchup where I wouldn't really blame Fuse for picking Beatrix, if such a thing was in his wheelhouse, it would be this one. We'll see. Nah, that's Beatrix. That's fair. I see 2 Beatrixes on screen, just bigger Beatrix. Looks kinda, he's looking kinda thick. Goddamn. U-Fireball is a pretty solid option for Voss, yeah. U-Fireball is like the one saving grace for Rasaraga in this matchup, right? It is tough because Voss, spending his meter to get through in the neutral like that means that he won't have it if he ever finds himself on defense, which is just generally not ideal for the boy. But it does at least let him get past U-Shield, which is otherwise, not impossible for him. It's very difficult, right? Oh, sure. Punished by U-Grab trying to walk up and throw. Oh, and didn't react to the EX command grab. Well done. Vayne 214L being variable is okay, actually. You just need to play from outside his effective range. Well, sure, but what if he's trying to get in on him, right? Because the thing you're supposed to do is spot dodge that thing. Hawk 2 and spot dodge on that thing. So, if you try and spot dodge it and he can hold it, right, then that means that it's much easier for him to potentially counter-hit your spot dodge and send you straight to hell. I think it'll be a really big buff to Vayne. And maybe it's okay, but I think you would have to do, like, maybe that and nothing else of what we possibly discussed in the video. It makes his zoning significantly more tricksy, right? Okay, didn't really get too much off the throw bait there, but it's still kind of funky. Sure. Yeah, it's not reacting to these EX command grabs. Why would I get in? I have 2 cannons and a trap. He should try getting in if he knows what's good for him. Well, yeah, if you're playing Vikala, sure. But what about, characters that actually need to get in on the guy? What is Voss and B in the society ranked? Is Voss a captain or just another member? I know Ilsa's the boss. I have no idea. I didn't even realize they had a hierarchy. Makes sense. Anyways, well done by Fuselet right there. Not playing Beatrix. A pleasant surprise, certainly. Sends Retro to hell with the EX command grabs. Unfortunate. I wouldn't say I wouldn't play a fast grappler, but definitely like the heavyweight vibe is one of the things that appeals to me, right? Like, in City of the Wolves, for example, I'm much more I'm much more interested to play like T-Zok than Hotaru. What happened to Ball Inspectors? Let's play B, fast grappling. It's true. All right, so we got the Yaoi matchup on deck. Oh, let me get the Gamba going actually. What you got? Gout? Who you got? Hydrogen Babies. Double Able team versus Don't Ask Me for Shit. The double Lucy team. Again, She? Yeah, don't ask me for She. Why not? Yeah. We got the Canon Yaoi matchup on deck. 2 Ables versus 2 Lucys. I think this is not a matchup where it's super easy for Lucy to get blade level, no? And the rounds are also going to be, like, this is, you know, whether, like, this is going to really exasperate Lucy's problems of, like, it's a lot harder for him to get blade level if he's not winning, and Abel's going to have a, like, much more significant control of the neutral than Lucilius will a lot of the time, I think. And also, you know, one of the problems with post-patch Lucy is he really only gets blade level fast when he's winning rounds, and a lot of the times, you know, at that point, it's like he kills you before you even get to BL5, and you know, it's not super special at that point, right? Both of these things, I think, are going to be exasperated against Abel, right? If you're winning, Abel's just gonna die. You're never gonna get to your giga win con. And if you're not winning super hard, you're probably, you know, going to struggle a little bit, right? Abel does have very good zoning, he's got good buttons, he can really challenge Lucy in the mid-range and the full screen in a way that not a lot of characters can, I think. What do you mean there are 50 men inside my walls? They want you to come home. It's been too long. One thing about SF6 I noticed is how they... Team Don't Ask Me for Shit just be called Team Harada, yeah. One thing about SF6 I noticed is how they make use of the game being in 3D to pan the camera during SPD. Looking up as Geef rises makes the impact chunkier. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, actually on a very nice... full screen, don't hit a button check, right? Uh-oh, no, Stinky! Yeah, you can get Close H5U 6XL as a link right there, but it's a little tight, right? I think it's like a 3 or 4 frame link. But notably, remember, any link that involves a dash attack, right, is actually no, I think it might be even tighter. I think you're plus 10. I think it's a 3 frame link, something like that. But yeah, any link that involves dash attacks is a real link, right? You can't buffer it. So, for example, you know, Uno has like some 1-frame 6XL links. Sandalphon has some 1-frame 6XL links. Those are real 1-frame links because you can buffer hitting the dash button. I think you might not even be able to do that. Actually, the buffer system for Granblue is a little weird in that different things can be buffered to different extents, and the buffer window changes depending on what you're buffering. But you can't buffer the light button that you're hitting out of that at the end, right? So stuff like that is actually genuinely a little bit tough to hit consistently. There is an easier thing for Abel where you can go Close H, 5U, Far H, and even though like by timing, I think you are plus 10 and his Far H is 10 frames. So by timing, it would look like it's a harder thing to do. Since you can buffer the Far H, it ends up being a significantly simpler combo, right? Even if it is going to be lower damage. Can you buffer 6-6? I'm honestly not sure. I know you can't just like hit 6XL and have the buffer both inputs and have it come out, right? That's why stuff like Sandalphon's 6XH Earthlink or like Uno's mid-screen BMBs are actually pretty tough. And you see even like, you know, good players drop them consistently. You can with certain links, but not always? Interesting. There's no buffer for dash in this game? Okay, that's what I thought. Now wait. Speaking of SF6, I got Manon Silver and I've been having fun with her. Never really tried to grapple her, but it's kind of fun. Yeah, Manon's cool too, because I mean, like, she's still slow, certainly. Also, you are dead, most assuredly. Right, 1, 2, bonk, and then super. Yeah. She's got like some really good poking and stuff like that. Like she's a pretty unique take on a grappler. Right? Abel's chip out game looks really nice. Not gonna lie. Yeah, with the one thing that's a little funny about it though is, you know, if it's late in the round and Abel is also somewhat close in health, like if he's also low on health, sometimes like some of his best chip out options, like his U skills and stuff like that, will put him on chip too. Right, so it can get a little funky for him. All right. DB conservative. Another Lucy. And if Faith goes down here, there'll be another Abel backing him up. Rip 1.5 Fasa, my beloved. I think he is certainly a healthier designed character, even if he is significantly weaker. Right? Simply play him as a zoner at low HP. I'm with you. That's what I've gotten a lot of chip kills on Abel in my road to master so far. Oh, okay, sure, good. I mean, good interrupt. I mean, that is plus that stomp right there, but good challenge, I suppose. It worked out. Can't spot dodge that. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a nice chunk of damage, especially on Mr. 14K right there. Spot dodge. I wonder what. Oh god, I wonder what he was trying to potentially spot dodge right there. It didn't work out though. Obviously, Tessera. If you know Tessera is coming, you're gonna want to 6XL or delayed 2H, depending on what you're more comfortable with, right? You like him as a pocket Abel, he knows our shit. So funny how Abel, rather than Eustace, is getting you to really start laming people out. I did it a little bit on Eustace. Ow. Hold on, I feel like I got a lot of, like, use slow kill, chip kills, and shit like that on Eustace. As a Smash player, Release Near was the only thing that ever felt overtuned balance-wise. I don't know about the only thing that felt overtuned. But yes, Release Near was the only thing that, like, could not be allowed to stay in the video game, right? I think I would use more hyperbolic language myself. Like, Release Near was the only thing that was, like, broken, we can't have this, right? This has to go. There have been other things where it's like, you know, it'd be healthier for the game if these characters were nerfed, but, you know, no one was, like, ruining the video game in the way that, again, like, Release Near especially definitely would have if she had been left untouched for, like, 3, 4, 5 more months. Okay. So now Steeler comes in, back up Abel. And we're okay with BS, which isn't great. I mean, even still, right? Like, yes, relatively, sure, but... Ooh! Sure. Good whiff punish. Abel does potentially die here if he's not careful, but... No such thing. Now, I think, on the contrary, if Lucy gets like a DP blocked or something like that, he's going straight to hell, so he's got to be very careful. This is Abel, who can very easily damage himself into SSBA range. In fact, he's just on it now, normally. Oh, good reaction. I guess that... Never mind! I thought that would... Cool! Sure! Interesting, going for a reset. Can't kill with this combo, I suppose. Oh, and put him in a 50-50 for game right there. Right? Tried to brave counter the stomp, and it missed. It was a fake immediate, right? There's also the 50-50 of just like, I'm gonna land right in front of you. Am I going to command grab SSBA or am I gonna smack you, right? That was some devious stuff from Steeler. Sure, good confirm. 6XL, 6XM plus on block, just like Belial's. Skullgirls tier reset, yeah. It's a long-ass combo, too. That's the thing about the Abel combos, right? They last so long sometimes that you just, like, your eyes glaze over a slight bit, and you're not ready to get reset. A little bit too high for the close L, close H. That close H of Abel's hits very high up, actually, but this should be death right there. 2-2-L-L, a pretty nice throw bait for Abel. Beats throw button teching, like, all the time, and on certain timings can actually beat, like, 2Ls and stuff like that, too, right? One of the better throw baits, especially considering how much reward he gets off it when it actually lands like that. Theoretically, you can get even more if you get a counter hit one. I think you can a counter hit when they were already crouching, right? So if you get like a 2L, you can combo without the 8U pack follow-up, I think. And you can go auto combo, you know, light rocks, 8U, auto combo, heavy rocks, auto combo, Rekka, auto combo, blah, 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 11,000 damage, you're going straight to hell. You get the idea. You get the idea. This Abel character, he gets a lot of reward. I shouldn't have risked it on super. I honestly thought I was going to get him. I didn't realize the dive kick recovered that fast. I felt like he just got on the ground, right? But I guess that's like, you know, the 13, 14 frame startup on that super was enough. All right. Char versus Umafan, Chorizo Fan right here.
Believe in victory.
The backups are Yago on Umafan's side and Labyrinth, oh god, on Char's. Umbrella, a grappler? I'm not sure. I don't know who Umbrella is, but it's Sarabella or whatever her name is. I do recognize. Oh, you can't brave counter that. Yep. That is one of the classic Seox haha funnies. If he does that dive kick. I think he is from that high up. I think he's either minus or slightly plus, but you can't brave counter it like that. Okay, yeah. Usually when you see that command grab setup like that, you just mash anyway. You can kind of OS it a little bit. I'm not sure if there's some setup where it's actually more real, but You know, it's like, if you're going to be in block stun before the command grab hits you, then Luminaire is going to protect you anyway. You can't get grabbed out of your block stun. And if you're not, then you can mash, and then Luminaire will go away, and you'll hit her out of the command grab startup. She's a child with an eldritch horror that eats people. Umbrella is fun. She's one of the grapplers I do main. More grapplers need 17 frame, +2 standing overheads that link into combos. Oh, amazing. Oh, sure. Throw whiffed. That combo killed Seox. I mean, again, right, we talk about it somewhat regularly, but the of all the biggest nerfs in the history of the video game, like 9 of them went to Nier, but number 10 probably went to Seox, right? As far as a one singular nerf, right? At this point, the Lucilius blade level nerf, honestly, is in that discussion too. Now, the more I think about it, but losing 2,000 health is quite a thing, right? Going from 16k to 14k, it really is a big loss. Seox kind of shatters like glass when you touch him. I mean, especially, you know, Install Vera fucking hurts, man. This character already does high damage. And you give her SSBA and you let her hit Seox. This Vera operator is nuts. Install Vera is very scary, certainly. Non-install Vera... I do like her. I think she's a very interesting take on, like, you know, quote-unquote, like, just another Shoto, right? He's definitely more, like rushdown bent, but... Like her being, especially at 1.5, they made the gap between Install Vera and regular Vera. Like, they buffed a lot of stuff on Install Vera as well. And they nerfed some things on non-Install Vera. So her being, like, so reliant on that installs is certainly makes her very interesting, I think. Rounds feel very dynamic, watching her, at least. No conversion! Command grab interrupted, fine. I love Umbrella, she is so broken. It's a funny sentence if you don't know that Umbrella's a fighting game character. Oh! Good. Good interrupt by Iago right there. Char trying to not respect the Hell Rat setups. Yeah, -1 is a rough situation there for Fairy, even with her buffed bar L, right? 7 frames. There is still a potential for some shenaniganry to go on there. I still die to auto combo into Vera grab. I need to learn Vera. Install Vera is amazing, but base Vera is kind of rough. Yep. What exactly makes Install Vera so good? Break it down for me. I mean, so even base Vera already has very good buttons, right? I mean, so basically, Install Vera, think about it this way. Here's the simplest way to explain it. Install Vera turns Vera from, like, pre-patch Catalina into post-patch Catalina. Not really, but kind of, right? In the sense that, like, Vera is one of these characters, like, you know, patch 1.4 Catalina, like current Anila, stuff like that. She has, like, a lot of good shit. She's got good buttons, she's got a meterless DP, she's got a good anti-air, right? She's got a good move speed. Right? She's got, like, a projectile. Luminaire is kind of a weird projectile. Right? She's got a command grab. She's got all of these different tools. She's a very well-rounded, versatile character, right? But she just doesn't fucking do anything when she touches you, right? Base Vera just, like, doesn't really do damage like that. Install Vera is like, hey, what if we took all of the special moves, made them better, and also, the character actually does damage now. Vera install turns her into a real character. Yeah, like, because, I mean, again, it turns her into, like, she is this very, you know, nice, like, well-rounded character with all these good tools, but now she also really hurts when she hits you, right? So that, like, it really is mostly the fact that her conversion ability in the mid-screen and her max damage and everything, like, and her minimum damage and all of this goes up so high is what makes Install Vera so important, right? Because, again, I mean, think about that. That is basically the main difference between, you know, patch 1.4 Catalina, who's like a low mid-tier or something like that, and patch 1.5 Catalina, that is fighting for top 1. This is that she gets way more reward on her hits. Turns out that's pretty important. And that's the main thing that Install Vera buffs. Now, it's also the damage off hits, but also some things become convertible where they couldn't have been otherwise, right? The Terra really is just almost naked. Almost. I love fighting Vera. She has no way to brute force zoners. Yeah. Her and Yuel are actually 2 incredibly zonable characters. You're pissing me off. Stand still, you're mine. Stand still, you're mine. Yeah, Iago, kind of a menace on this Fairy, man. Him and my Zisco did win the last 2v2 open bracket that we ran. That was, you know, the day that Fairy got her buffs, basically. He's had a little bit of time to play around with them now, so... Still a menace. Matera leaves it to your imagination, and that's the best thing. Battle of the Buffed Zoners! You Hellrat! Rare footage of you Hellrat being unable to save his master. What a time to be alive. Install Vera getting extra mobility options does legit flip the neutral against her completely. Yeah, I mean the air dashes, right? Even like a lot of her neutral skips get a lot better, right? Stuff like the stun dipper goes actually full screen and is way faster. Frey's a demon, man. Ooh, clipped. Good spot dodge. The meter advantage here is actually pretty nice for Iago at this point. Gives him the potential to maybe convert this really nicely into the Hell Rat. Exactly. Okay. Not a guess for game situation though. Couldn't reset back into more Hell Rat nonsense. I love the air arrow there, right? Changed the trajectory just enough that Iago's attempt at an air-to-air whiffed, right? And held you in the air for long enough too that you weren't gonna land on the Hell Rat. It's a really good choice of option in that relatively stressful time there by Labyrinth. Give Hell Rat's clash level? Like, can we just remove Hell Rat? Thoughts? Oh, that should be dead, I think, right? I mean, I believe so. Yup. SBA. Well done by Labyrinth. Shoots Iago straight in the fucking face. The better zoner, unfortunately. Matera, simply too broken. Well done. Air arrow go burr. Yeah, very good choice by Labyrinth there, I think, to actually go for that air. That kind of made all the difference, right? Really nice combo conversions from Matera there. Yep. Very well done. Alright, Old Man and the Child versus Lobby Warriors. Do It For Her and Winterize are the Lobby Warriors, and then Old Man and the Sea. Old Man and the Child is Soriz and Shiro. That is a scary South American team right there, certainly.
Nothing wrong with trying to reach greater heights. What better way to
Soriz is so based, man. How does everyone not just like love this guy? Listen, he's a little perverted. I understand, but also like sane. I don't correct me. I don't think. I guess he does kind of do like the weird like Japanese old man like peeping on the hot spring shit probably, right? But I don't think most of what he does is like genuine harassment as much as it is just him being too horny. Hard to say. Maybe I don't know enough of Soriz's lore, but always struck me as a very cool guy. He did spy on Nier in the hot springs. Cool. Okay. Well, that's that's not super cool. Certainly. How old is Nier? Not old enough, but it's fun. Oh. It is. Well, it's not fine, but yeah, it is a weird trope in Japanese old men for sure. Yikes. Yep. Everybody loves supposedly funny sex perverts. Yeah, my bad. I thought he was just a little horny. Not realize he was pulling shit like that. People give Roshi a pass. I'll give Soriz one. I mean, I'm not so sure I give Roshi a pass. Roshi. I do certainly wish that wasn't the case. I don't know that most people I've seen wanting to fuck Soriz are men. I think that makes sense, right? I feel like I am not a gay man myself, but I imagine that the male gaze still kind of applies. Right? So like Soriz's body, I don't think is one that usually appeals to women, right? Appeals more so to men, I would assume, even if those men are gay or straight. I joined at a weird time in stream, I just gotta stop talking about anything to do with Japan, man. I just gotta stop trying to make any sort of, oh god! I gotta stop assuming that anything that fucking comes out of that country is not a little unfamiliar to me at the very least. Angry grandpa appeals to all genders? Yep. When is it not a weird time? I mean, fair, but these things happen. I do love watching, on a less strange note. I do love watching. Oh, look at that fucking art. What do you know? I do love watching Soriz cook, though. Right, this character is very fun to watch. One of my favorite play styles of character. What's going on, Stat? I don't know why, but like something about just like Soriz's general game plan and like watching his combos and stuff like that, all this tickles my brain in a way that I really enjoy. I think it's like his animations. Respect for Shalata mains using Demon Flip versus anyone with good anti-air reward? Well, they kind of have to, right? The character really doesn't, it's kind of her, one of her fundamental tools. And it's not, oh god, it's not super good, I don't think. He doesn't have enough projectiles. He is the projectile, man. Look, he's a fireball right there. Soriz is the projectile.
Pay the consequence.
Mimic Frieza ass SSBA, man. Chaos Ranger. Is Soriz the only one who fights with fists? It's he? I mean, like, exclusively? Maybe, right? Because there's a lot of characters that have, like, punches and stuff like that, but... The only character who literally doesn't... Oh, no, Belial. Right? Ladiva? True. I forgot about that. Belial as well, right? Literally Bubs right there. I mean, all this weird Blader shit, right? We're getting Willness too. Well, has his Gauches that he spawns. That's fair. If Bubs' little blades count. Suja has fists and tall. Suja shoots laser beams at you then. But yeah, Ladiva counts. Hey, look, it's you know the two most base characters in the game. Who would have thought? How could I forget my girl? Suja claws you to death, and she shoots giant energy beams at you. Okay, she's cheating. She's not based. She has a projectile. That means she's not based. You cannot both be based and have a projectile. Pick a struggle. Oh. Yeah, Soriz, by the way, with 5 Macho Man stacks right there, has 50% damage reduction, right? So even this tiny little bit of health that he has is a little bit more than you might expect. Yeah, and he's basically invincible in 5U. I think he has like 90% damage reduction and... Oh, no, man. Oh my god. Alright. You know, a bad time to charge up the needles. And we get the finish. We get the dramatic finish, the kill screen as well. My god. I mean, you see right there, right? Soriz gets... If he gets those stocks, he is so incredibly tanky in that install, right? 50% damage reduction baseline, and I believe 5U becomes 90% damage reduction at 5 stocks, and that will stack with the install damage reduction as well, right? So he takes like 5% base damage in 5U. So he, like, in 5U, he becomes essentially invincible in that fucking install, and even without it, you even, like, you know, he has twice as much health as it looks like. So, you don't get to see Soriz use the full 5-stock install very often, but when you do, oh boy. He's a scary boy, man. Tankiest character in the game occasionally. Honest mid-tiers will surely be playing mid-tier, safe bet. Yeah, mid-tier Soriz. For sure. Bricks. Tick. Talk demons. And honest mid-tiers.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I mean, some people I think would probably unironically say Soriz is an honest mid tier. I personally don't see it, but I have seen him actually even lower than that on some people's lists. Woo! Sure. Help, mom! I'm in the blender. He can do that, but didn't do it. He had to commit to that a little earlier if he wanted to actually punish him there. There was a world, I think, where Cal could have recovered to spot dodge, but I'm not sure he could have gotten a punish. Install! Okay. I mean, infinite seal dashes, but you will never get a chance to use them, I fear. Skill? Oh my god, yeah, it does. Yep. Right, raw U skill ender, so they have the minimum scaling, and that thing does a lot of base damage anyway, so. Any Unos? On raise? I don't know. I don't know, maybe? Honest mid-tier? That's honest mid-tier throw baiting into damage right there, certainly. Disclose thy heart. That voice line always sounds like Ed, like, you know, the stupid Ed from Ed, Edd, and Eddy to me. When he spawns the seals. I don't know why! Oh, no. Okay. Time out! I want to be free! 2-2M steals a turn back, sure. Now the cooldowns all are back on deck for into this loop. We gotta be careful of a U dash punch, potentially, there. Yeah, good old 5-frame DP attackable move that crushes everything and is unpunishable on block by most of the cast. We love to see it. I actually wonder if Grimnir's far H reaches far enough, because the first bit of it, anyway, is pretty fast, right? Is it 7 frames? Oh, and on counter hits, it kills you. I forgot to mention that very important detail about that DP attackable move that crushes anything. And also the fact that it's on a character who is designed to be very slightly minus on a lot of his pressure. Honest mid-tier, yep. The Soriz character might be goated. I do love him. Soriz can feel like Vasaraga damage on a character who can move. I mean, he just doesn't hit as hard as Vasaraga, but like, he hits pretty fucking hard, right? Stolix is a liar, yeah. So Soriz is literally Slayer Guilty Gear, but it's oops all mids. Yeah, it's Slayer in a game with no mix, and therefore, you know, on a horse with no name. So he also has no mix. Soriz is honestly pretty cool. I love Soriz. Like Soriz. If I was not like a dedicated grappler main my entire life, this would probably be my favorite character in the game. He's probably number 2. It's probably Ladiva and then him, and then Vasaraga somewhere in that mix. What the? I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do right there, but you know, there is no friends in bracket, man. Trust me, on a 15k damage does not feel that different. Yeah. What do you mean bricks TikTok demons? I don't know. That's their team name, man. Misinput? Yeah. I don't. You hit heavy and U to misinput that, right? So maybe he was trying to just 5U and he fat fingered it. It's very possible. Oh no! Help me. Okay. Oh, the low there. It's frame kill, right? See Soriz do that quite often to try and get a meaty close H or something of the sort. You're not the only one with throw baits, old man. Bro tried to heavy plus 5U, yeah. I think it's meant to 5 because 5U is actually a really nice option in this matchup for Soriz. When Bubs goes into the air, he can just 5U, and if he unisonics, right, he 5Us, he flexes, he gets his 2 stocks. And even, you know, even if Bubs empty jumps, a lot of the time Soriz can still be relatively safe with the King muscle armor there, right? 2M, interesting. Didn't even roll it or anything like that. From that distance, he probably would have been better off rolling the Karma, and then once, you know, he was like plus 30 or something like that, he could get like a 668 starter combo or something. Ow. Sure. Old man on the precipice of a heart attack, you know. Very, very good idea. Hard read the comedian grab right there. Went for 2-2U. Could have gotten a significantly more damaging combo, I think. I think he could have got the U dash punch, like, linked raw out of that throw bait right there. Maybe not. But on counter hit, I think maybe. Regardless, still a good read on the command grab, the comedian grab. Gyokuran does love his comedian grab. Not the correct timing. It is very hard. If he fully charges those needles, it is a very tight window to get through both waves of that with a spot dodge or a roll. To avoid Soriz's neutral skip, should we do spot dodge? Not really. You can, but a lot of the times when you spot dodge, if you do it late enough, you're still minus on the medium dash punch. And if you spot dodge the light or heavy dash punches, he kills you. Yeah, Soriz close H is +1 on block. That's correct. It's 10 frames, so it's slower than average, but his close H is +1 on block. He's, again, this character's really good. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, if you spot dodge the light or heavy dash punches, you go straight to hell. You can spot dodge the medium one, but the timing is a little bit strict. Me, personally, when I felt like I've been having the best luck against it, it's kind of like a Beatrix M riding free situation. Where, I mean, first off, the difference between M riding free, obviously, you could, like, stick out a button. If you have a heavy enough button, you can just interrupt him. But throwing Soriz's M dash punch on reaction, I found to be pretty good. Because throws have 3 active frames, they're very fast, and they have priority over strikes, right? So the timing is a little finicky. You have to get used to it, but... Uh-oh. Ooh, no. But yeah, I'm a big fan of throwing the medium dash punch as it comes in. Because it is very reactable. If I remember correctly, Vasaraga and Versuja have the only plus heavy normals. Vasaraga does not have a plus on block heavy normal. Yes, it's close M that's plus. Voss's close H, even the charged versions I think the charged versions are even on block. Voss has the, yeah, he has the close M, it's +3, which is, I think the only plus on block close M in the game. Unless Versuja also has one. Yo, safe jumps! You didn't respect it, man. Alright. Fairy close H is plus? Oh, thank you. Yes, that's true. Fairy close H is +3. That's right, she's also there. Fairy has the most plus. No, actually, no, probably is Versuja, right? We have the safe jump. Caught him out. Okay, alright. About to ask for this man's hand in marriage. So we learn our safe jumps. Yeah, Versuja close M is +1. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So yeah, Versuja also has a plus on block close. Every fucking Versuja close normal is plus. I remember this now. Bring back Day 1 Granblue versus original Cat close M. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's so special about that normal, but I'm sure it was quite the thing. Catalina was quite the character in vanilla, from to what I understand. Who will win low tier heroes? That is Char Char and Labyrinth, Vera Matera right there, versus Hydrogen Babies which is Faith and Stealer, the double able team. Right. Where's Labyrinth? Oh, did I not ping him? Let me go get him just in case. All right, little crouching confirm, never hurt nobody. I think a little bit more conservative on the HP right there. My dumbass probably goes for H Rekka, but I play Abel like I'm constantly trying to kill myself. Ow. Lend me your aid! Oh, that's death, yep. Good old 14,000 health character, 2,500 damage throw, a lot more of his health bar than you might expect. You like that? Speaking of people who need to be buried under the prison. Sure. Dude, oh my god, if you like oh you are. I mean just like you're dead 100 different ways if this doesn't drop, right? One brave point, you could have even like 6/6H to that. Like there's so much overkill here that it's honestly stunning. Yeah. Yep. That counter hit DP change, there are some DPs like Charlotta's or Belial's or stuff like that are, even though they were made more minus, they're still not minus enough for able to get like his preferable counter hit starter, aka 6/6H. But a lot of the more traditional, just, you know, rising uppercut looking DPs, Grands, Viras, Catalinas, Jitas, right, all those sorts of ideas. Abel's himself, for example, are all very 6/6Hable, and it leads to huge damage for the boy. Your Belial sounds like Zarbon. Ooh my. Let me hear you. I do not have a good Belial, it's true. Alright, one Abel down, one Abel to go. Can Char remove the demon? Ooh my. Like they have different Belial drip on the avatars. My 2L got no escape, a classic. Me when Grand Blue Fantasy Versus rises on me. I mean, that's pretty nice. Char is spending his brave points super bravely, you might say, in this matchup so far. It did bite him once, but I do like the idea, and I just don't want Abel to have a turn. And you know, if I spend my brave points, maybe I can, in fact, you know, Abel does die fast enough that maybe I can just kill him before he gets to play the video game again. Right? Are you gonna go for the... No, doesn't go for the U Luminaire. I was wondering if he was gonna try and get the install here, but I guess it's so no much damage. What shit is safe? My bad. I was like, you know, rare like Char fuck up on Vera, but I think that was actually, I don't know if Steeler could have even punished that, right? Char certainly played like he couldn't, but also Char might have very well made that mistake and then just said fuck it, we ball anyway. That man is a serial killer, noted. It is known. Can I hear you, Vera? Let me hear you.
Battle 2. Engage.
Cool, yep. The 2N there is his the easiest way to convert off those non-counter hit 6XLs if you're not close enough to get the close M cancel that they added in 1.5.
Get grabbed.
Well, Parrish, anyway, I might as well spend the BP to maybe get him off me. Yeah, it's a very aggressive approach to the match, right? Just like, let me try and, yeah, like this right here, right? He's just like, the next time you touch me, I'm probably dead, right? But he wants to, he's betting on himself that he can kill Avatar before that comes back to bite him, right? Oh, I guess we were a little bit behind on the spectator right there. He was very, very dead on that super. It's a very, also, Tim of the Orange. Hello, Mr. Netherlands. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, that is a very aggressive way to approach that matchup, but Char is a very aggressive guy, right? So it does not surprise me. He plays Grand Blue in a very aggressive fashion. He's always my my go-to example when I say that, like, you know, playing like super aggressive and like a serial killer is not necessarily make you. It's not a bad way to play. You just have to be a lot. It's much harder to pull off without just killing yourself, right? And Char is always my go-to example of that, of like guy who's very good at the video game and yet, you know, play like to an untrained eye. Sometimes it looks like that motherfucker is some dude you just found on S+ who's just mashing on everything you do. This is death, certainly. Yeah, and this is we're like not even there. There were still 2 more U skills there, man. There was still a 2-3-6U and a 2-2U. That's suicide combo. Faith, correct me if I'm wrong, but if Abel doesn't have SSBA, the suicide combo is his highest damage route, yeah? If you can't damage yourself into SSBA range with the normal shit. Correct? Okay, okay. Concentrated Unga? Yeah, yeah. It's also the highest at 0 BP? Oh, interesting. I did not know that. It does more than the SSBA route. I guess that makes sense, because the SSBA route would have an advantage at like 1, 2, 3, because it takes away the BP. But alright. This is, by the way, a somewhat of a tough matchup for Abel for exactly that reason, right? Metera's 2H being like a full screen projectile, it makes it very good at shutting down flight, right? If Abel ever goes into flight and Terra just 2Hs, and the angle that her 2H covers is pretty much always going to smack him out of it, and it's going to smack him out of any of the follow-ups too, right? The command grab, I mean, right here, when he's above her like that, obviously it's a little bit more. But like, Abel basically can't use flight in the neutral at all in this matchup unless Metera is asleep at the wheel. Woo! SSBA only does more because of the BP drain? Yeah, yeah. The tracks! Oh, she's fucking dead. Oh, this is interesting. Whoa. It's interesting routing. She's still dead as hell. Is that like the most damage you could get off of that going into a bunch of raw U skills? How curious. That was a really cool route, right? Getting that really high up combo into raw 214U into raw 236U. Going from there. That was actually really fun, really cool to watch. I love the double Abel team, man. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little biased. Not just because I'm getting Abel to master right now, but this character is always super explosive and super fun to watch, in my opinion. So I'm glad to see that they are doing well. If you don't have a lot of information on how your opponent plays, maybe a good layer one is a lot of people are gonna be frame trapping and stuff like that. And counter hits really hurt in this game. So be a little careful about Unga-ing your Bunga more than necessary. Bricks, TikTok, demons. Me and my daughter, she's older than me, so true. Believe counter this, yeah. Do not die with 3 BP. Pretty cringe. I do like it's a nice little voice clip that Diaphone gave us. Of just like dying with 3 BP is cringe. It's just a really good way to get the idea across to new players, I think. Right? Very well done. He did also say that Beatrix's buttons were bad on release, which like brother. Her 2M's a little stubby, I guess, but bro did, luckily she was, bro did irreparable damage to the anti-Beatrix downplay! Oh god. Committee. But he's still the GOAT, so it's fine. How much you Unga is also character specific, except Voss, where we're all in this together, yeah. Some characters are certainly better at Unga-ing than others. This motherfucker on your screen, for example, yeah, that thing, pretty good to Unga, right? Now, there was, like, literally not spaced at all, but that thing is -7 on block. And crushes everything. It's, in some ways, worse than a meterless DP, obviously, and that starts up on frame 5 and not frame 1 and has no actual invuln. But in some ways, it's better, because it's, it can function as a pseudo-reversal that is unpunishable by, like, 60% of the casts when it's spaced out well, stuff like that. -7 on block is not enough for that move. That thing needs to be -8 at least, like, yesterday. 5 frame crushing forward advancing, yep. Combo starting and -7 on blocking. AKA safe on block a lot of the time. Something like Grimnir's Far L right there, or Soriz' Far L as well, actually. Which are like 7 frame Far Ls, but they're bigger, right? It's actually particularly good against Soriz. Ow. Alright, Sorix kind of, couldn't really get anything started there at that time. Kinda got Grimnir'd in half. He needs it though? Make it -8 maybe? Dying with 3 BP is cringe. That's why I make sure I have 0 BP by the time I've blocked 3 attacks, indeed. Remember to Bunga when they expect you to Unga? But, I mean, they might expect you to Unga, in which case it might be best to Bunga. Fighting games are complicated, man. It really is. Headbutt that controller, go? Yeah. Alright, so that is, Sorix. The old man is dead, and now the child needs to try and avenge him. Avenge your grandfather, who is younger than you, Cagliostro. This is like classic Toriyama villain design, right? Like, Soriz is Nappa and Cagliostro is Vegeta. You might think, looking at them, that Soriz would be the more powerful one, but actually, the smaller character is always stronger in Dragon Ball. Such are the rules. Old man gets beaten up by Tornado Twink. Tornado Twink is a great way, I might start calling Grimnir a Tornado Twink. It's a great way to say that. Nah, you suck. Go to gay baby jail, Beelzebub. It's canon. Oh my. Grimnir kind of blows TBH, like the wind. I get it. Oh, 2H a little too early right there. Yeah, she is still, so that M Spear, they buffed the fuck out of that thing in 1.5, right? It's -1 on block now, so it's very good, but it's still minus on block, right? It is certainly still, if you're close enough, you can always just try and take your turn back on CAG with that boy. Nah, you suck is a funny line, indeed. Oh, okay, no confirm on the close L right there. DP, still my turn, he says. Ah, right to the U-trap! That's horrible news! Alright. He's definitely on one touch away from death. That just works, though. Fair enough. There is a gap there, right? When CAG does far H, it's really... He basically can't do, like, anything afterwards as a true block string, right? Even the spike has a gap. EX spike? I don't think EX spike is a true block string either, but at that point the gap is, I think, small enough. You might have to use, like, a super or a DP like that, right? So yeah, just like, if she does far H, pretty good shots to just do super afterwards. Obviously, she can just do far H into nothing, and then you go straight to hell, especially if the super you did is Beelzebub's super, which is -55 on block, or -40 if uncharged. But it's a good option by Gyokuran, certainly. Grimnir can probably fart like crazy. Do it be farting? A lot of damage. Ars Magna. What a day to be literate. So true. Alright, I mean, this is set point here for the TikTok demons. Her pressure is very fake, but I suck at reacting to versus teleport and play zoner, so I struggle versus her. I wouldn't say her pressure is fake as much as her like, certainly parts of it are knowledge checks, right? And some people are getting hit by Cagliostro shit or like respecting CAG shit that they shouldn't. I think it is more just that her pressure does force some, for different characters, it does force some pretty unfortunate guessing games on you, right? But yes, there is obviously, you know, an answer to everything she does, but, you know, such as fighting games. For example, Ladiva, right? If she has 50 meter, when CAG far H's, if CAG does spike, or if CAG does trap placement, as long as I just do it preemptively and not on reaction, Eulariat beats both of those options, right? But if she can also do like far H into nothing, or far H into spot dodge, which is rare, you know, risky, or she can do like far H into the rock if she has it, and all of those can stop it, right? So it's a bit of a guessing game on what you think she's going to do out of the far H. And the far H as a button is big enough that you can't really just like preemptively stop it, right? Alright, so Shiro keeping his team alive for now. Cagliostro versus Grimnir, we'll see. The seal dashes clear out the air traps, correct? I think that's how that interaction works. They don't like actually pose too much of an issue for Grimnir doing his thing, soaring through the skies. So that's quite the combo, man. A good chunk of damage, and he got the seals set up too. Honestly surprised that Cal wouldn't want to Brave counter there. I feel like maybe I'm thinking of Grimnir too simplistically, but I feel like I just want back on my seals as soon as possible, right? Perhaps he was thinking that Shiro might bait it, but in that case, like an offensive Brave counter to get value out of those seals you place down feels to me like it would be pretty good, but I'm no Grimnir player, so it's more of just a curiosity. It's a lot of damage. My alchemy. This is raw as well, so 10% extra damage. No Brave points. I mean, making him look like Avatar Belial out here. This CAG lady sure does. That was off a throw, by the way, in case you were curious. Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, listen. Grimnir may very well be the best character in the game, right? It's certainly possible. In fact, I think he's one of the two most likely choices for who that is. However, boy, is his UDP not good, huh? Like, that thing has no horizontal range on it whatsoever. It's a funny ass reversal, no? I think it's real bad. Oh, wait. Hippie stance. What's going on, Tubby? Made the right call there too. Yeah, but it's just, you know, it was the wrong call because you have a shit to DP. It is weird, right? Because Grimnir is the closest thing we have to a top tier that actually is not, like, very well-rounded, right? Like, he does have some just, like, randomly really bad... Oh, also Shiro, yeah, making that comeback. The old man and the child. The old man put the child in the backpack in their first game that we saw on stream, and now the child repays the favor. But yeah, Grimnir, like, he does have some really just crazy shit, but also, like, his 2U is just like a garbage button for some reason, and like his DP is really bad. Like, he does have like some randomly just really awful parts of his kit, which is certainly interesting. He's one of the only top tier characters right now that is not just well-rounded Shoto that does everything a little bit better than you do. Makes him quite interesting, I think. If they were in winners the whole time, it'd be too high key. They gotta keep it low key. The top. Oh no, we already read that part. Yeah. Finals will be till 2. Yes, winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals are first to 2s between individual players. So it's a lot less volatile there. So overall, it's like a first to 5, first to 3, first to 3, a first to 2, a first to 2s. That's a first to 3, right? Yeah. No, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more than a first to 3.
Believe in victory.
We're trying to concoct a Nier Grimnir combo called Grimnir, but I can't think of anything remotely funny, so I have the idea of a joke instead. It's okay. I'll pretend you said something very funny. Ha 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 ha. You're so smart, man. You're so clever. You're not gonna make a Gamba? Did I not? I didn't. Okay, well, I mean, if you want to cheat a little bit, you can certainly cheat a little bit. Who will win? We have Chorizo. Also, I have the names backwards. Chorizo Brothers and Loki gonna win. The names are backwards there, so Chorizo Brothers is the fairy. Let me switch it around. More Gamba, yep. TY Blush, yep. Nope. If I don't get it, I'm gonna lose my house. Simply go all in, and then be correct. Easy. Final Gamba. Final round. Oh, Hellrat ships in the night with Beatrix right there, sure. Can't wait till the surgeons save my life and I go, let's go. What? DP the DP? Oh my, okay. Bro needs surgery. That feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow. This has been, this is one of the longest perfects in history, man. I think he took a little bit of chip damage, right? But these are like those, yeah, oh no, it wasn't perfect, yeah. Those are like, these are the fairy rounds that you can't let get to. Yo, Retro, thanks for the stream, man. You ducking my bracket? You out? That is, he out? Can't believe Retro would duck my tournament like this, man. But yeah, those are the kind of like fairy rounds that you can't really let get to you too much, right? I got nuked by Soriz, it happens. It happens. He you know, happens to the best of us. They were the best of times, they were the worst of times. What the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, like, you know, sometimes Fairy will just have like a 60-second long perfect on your ass. It happens, right? You can't, you gotta try and keep that out of your brain where possible. Retro had the Soriz experience. We were so close to greatness. Top 8. Yep. It's a tough bracket, man. There's lots of this. Seeding this shit was impossible. There's lots of very strong teams here, certainly. The brightest of days, the darkest of days. Make 2 accounts and vote for both sides. You're guaranteed to win. That's correct. Or become a streamer yourself and then have infinite channel points for your own channel. You can simply win neutral. The high damage characters cannot hit you without your consent. Yeah, it sounds like the ducks at the park are free. You can just take them.
Seems like a double-edged sword to me.
So true. What do you think Vasaraga's empathy score is? Thoughts? Do you think all those modifications have lowered his humanity? Did bro start with like 9 empathy? Bro high rolled? Or he did point buy and then spec'd fully into empathy? Oh, no armor. He is, in fact, fronting. It's true. This is Fuselet versus Umafan right here. I think he's an empath. Hey, Brick, is there... If there's ever a time, will you redeem the point reward yourself or cheat and choose a character for free? So I can't actually spend the channel points on my own channel, right? But yeah, I mean, if there is, you know, if we like get Abel to master and we get Anila to master and no one gets 500k points before then, I will just pick. And probably... I mean, at that point, I might pick Galleon if she's out, or otherwise, I might pick Charlotta if Galleon is not. Imagine if Revenge of the Wholesome Yaoi and the Femme Men Enjoyers fought. They're supposed to stick together, man. This matchup should fill my desire to see bars fill up with reds. Yep, yep. And there's you know, Vasaraga is optimal, almost TOD Seox at 3 Brave points, right? Now, Vasaraga's optimal, like, never happens, but it does do, like, 11-9 or something like that. He looks he needs gonna need the Seox, the anti-Seox technique from the Heian era. I mean, he's running out of time, man. He's running out of time. Oh man, not like this. I was gonna say, what are you saying, Cal? Why does my keyboard type Calcito like that? That, you know, it's the never-ending weakness of the Vasaraga players. They're all, even if they might when you meet them, they might look like they're 20. They might look like they're, you know, 23, 19, something like that. No. All of them are at least 47 years old. It's simple. If you Raging Strike, then that shit hits. I don't care what anyone says, Seox is still top tier. I think he's personally right outside there for me, but the character is very strong, right? Any idea that character, you know, yes, 14,000 health was like one of the biggest nerfs that a character has ever received, but he was fucking nutty before he got that nerf, right? So, if someone wanted to put Seox in top tier, I would not disagree, certainly. I think he's up there, at the very least. Very, very strong character. I'm a very big fan of how much Soriz we've had today. I literally cannot get tired of Soriz, I think. He's on that same, like, you know, I could watch 35 Ladiva matches in a row, I'd be okay with it. Oh, wait. Yeah, Soriz does not get, like, super high mid-screen damage without meter, right? Which, to be fair, is pretty common, right? Very few characters get, like, really good mid-screen with no resource. But he does get pretty good carry with the buff now, where he can get, like, auto-combo into the dash punch, into the roundhouse kick. It's pretty good carry, and he can usually turn himself into a missile and follow you with a 2-3-6-F, right? I believe it is a real meaty. Obviously, you can DP it or something like that, but... This is not gonna hit! It's so small! It's so small, man. Oh, God. What's a character you get tired from seeing too much? Honestly, I mean, I really like watching Granblue. But, like, you know, certainly, like, if every single match was, I don't know, man. I mean, probably just for my own, like, unga-bunga sensibilities. Like, if every single match was, like, a fairy mirror or something like that, I might eventually be like, you know, this character's cool, but, like, I would like a little bit more rushdown in my blood, because I'm a stupid unga-bunga glue-eating boy. But by and large, honestly, I mean, I've watched and played lots of Granblue, and I'm not really tired of it yet, so I suppose, yeah, it's a moot point. Stop saying it's so small, it reminds me of my past relationships. It's okay, the big ones hurt, it's fine. I like yours. Oh, no, man! Okay, okay. Could have actually killed there, I think, if they had a better hit confirm, but no such luck. And now, get Dragon Ball Z. Vikala Mirror seems worse in that regard. Honestly, the Vikala Mirror is goofy, there's RNG, and she goes rat down, and she's my actual human daughter. So I feel like that, you know, that she's got a little bit more leeway there. Rat down. Rat down. And she's got her back throw and her forward throw, like her animations are adorable, her SSBA is great, right? And she do, that's true. Ah, yeah. You can spot dodge that, certainly, but for you to be plus, it's a little bit tough, and sometimes you spot dodge that too late, Soriz just straight up get a punish on your ass, right? The big relationships hurt. That's not what I was referring to, but honestly, fair, yes, in many ways. They certainly can. I love his feel the weight of your sins line. Sans Undertale looking ass. That, charging up those needles was real risky, man. There's a world where Starlix, like, you dash punches your ass on reaction right there, and you just go straight to hell. The stop sign, the big boot. Far M into the rock smash right there. And that is one dead Femman, I suppose. We got all this. Oh, Elrixer, what's going on? We got Sora's nation representing right here. Zoner mirrors are interesting since your full screen options beat setup options, so mind games go crazy. Yeah, I like watching fairy mirrors. I like watching Vikala mirrors. I'm just saying, you know, if it was like 80% of the matches I watched, I might get sick of that sooner than like a Sora's mirror. You know what I'm talking about? Just because of my own personal problems. Niche prequel to Deltarune mentioned. So true. These April Fool's Day portraits are fucking awful. Like, in a good way, I guess, but I genuinely don't like looking at them. Because I really like the normal art in the game, you know what I mean? Oh, good interrupt on the 2-2M. No conversion, though. 6-6-8. The man has no fear. Keep in mind, Soriz' 6-6-H has 9 frame startup on the armor now. Got buffed bigly in 1.5. But it does lose to lows, right? I ask this question like once a month. Any Sorizes in the chat, can you confirm for me? Does his 6-6-H lose to lows or low hitting moves? You know what I mean? Like a 2L that hits low enough to like clear CAG traps, but is not an actual low property move. Would that break the armor? Lows? Okay, this is like the 9th time I've asked this question, but I always confuse myself. Actual lows? Thank you, thank you. Same as Zoe? Wait. Zoe 6-6-H doesn't have armor against lows? For real? Wow, dude, that move cooks me so hard. They're over as the take traps out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like CAG does not need like an actual low property move to clear the traps. It's that the hurt box has to intersect. So, I had no idea that that move cooks my ass so often. Today I learned. My God, she just hurts. So much, man. I have 17,000 health. I promise I have 17,000 health, but it doesn't fucking look like it, does it? Doesn't feel that way, man. Alright, so that's Soriz down. Now it's Granathan and Versuja canon matchup. Also, they switched sides, so I gotta do this real quick. I was sweeping her to fight that. Is it me or is Vikala's sweep actually pretty big? I actually don't even remember what the animation for Vicky's 2U even looks like. Simply block it, fellas, it's -8? Well, yeah, sure. That's what I normally do, right? I had no idea, though, that I could preemptively swing a low out to discourage it either, though, right? That's huge. Incoming. Alright, Cannon, Granathan. Canonically, Gran wins these, right? Mommy versus child. I feel like something's slightly off about the way you phrased that, but canonically, yes. Yeah, so he's gonna win right here. Right? It's always darkest before the dawn. Yeah, like they have to, it has to look like narratively interesting. Like he's about to lose, then he taps into the power of friendship, and then he wins. Okay. His mother is old. She does not have reactions like that. Oh, Unity. I mean, honestly, that meter spend is good for him, but the H pillar is still on deck. Canonically, Jita wins these? Gran gets folded? Oh, fuck. Alright, well, Color Decay, I got bad news. Yeah, it's kind of looking like that. It's the one where the rats run across the floor in a circle and Vikala with a rainbow trail? What the fuck is that? I feel like I can't even picture that move. Am I dying? I think I'm dying. I think I can't picture that. Oh. Rat sweep is pretty nice. Rat down. I think I'm dying. Bro, where, why? Why am I taking all this damage from a fucking auto, from a light starter, man? Oh, fuck! Okay. Cannon Gran W? Cannon Jita W and Gran folding? Oh. Folding his ass like laundry, potentially? Brave counter. Yeah, I was waiting for when that was gonna happen. And Stumi let it rip in a bit more of a scrambly time right there. Well placed, well positioned, well picked. Someone get Jita in here, man. This big lady is too strong. I hope she creates the pillar and then just stands there and does pillar man poses. Indeed. She's a zoner. I very well might play her. I was excited for Versuja, and she felt nothing like I expected. Yeah, I mean, again, Versuja to me, even in the trailers and stuff like that, I never really assumed that Versuja was going to be a full zoner. I kind of from like minute one, I was like, this is DLC Vasaraga, right? And that is very much how she sort of plays, right? She only keeps her space insofar as it helps her get her win condition, and then suddenly she's very much not a zoning style character, right? The Ables will reign supreme, give praise for they have await wronged celestial beings. Okay. This is DLC Matera, maybe. Winners finals and losers finals still first to 1 matches? No, they are not. This is a first to 2 individually between the players. So overall, like something like a first to 5, roughly, I think, in terms of the matches played. What's the most matches we could get here if both of them went? It'd be 3 games, 3 games, 3 games, 9 games. Yeah, it's a first to 5, right? It ends up being about the equivalent of a first to 5 between the two teams. Out. So these do tend to take a while, but that's fine. Helps to be a little bit less volatile person to person. Oh, man, nice. That U flight recovers so fast, but Shiro, very quick on that far H. If she sonic booms and flash kicks, that'd be very funny. I would love to see the jiggle physics on Galleon's flash kick. Also, very funny that Kag very clearly just didn't get hit by that laser, right? But like that move is supposed to hit everyone in the game unless they're crouching, so she just gets hit by it anyway, even though like this straight up did not touch her, right? Like she doesn't even have like a Charlotta crown, or like she's not flying like Uno. That just like didn't hit her, but it still makes me angry they refer to her as a zoner with that walk the dog ass combo. I mean, hey, again, she's a zoner, then Basaraga is a zoner, which I don't really think so. Now again, characters straddle archetypes, right? Like there's very few characters that are 100% like one of the archetypal types of characters, right? There's usually not more than one of those per archetype per game, right? But Versuja, even with that in mind, like, is she even like 50% zoner? I don't think so. Her 23 of me is not looking good. I think I've been stricken with you. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, if you just down back and do nothing, if you don't delay tech at all, and Kag J22Hs like that, that is one of the reasons that Uno's dive kick is, Uno's throw bait, despite being similar in many ways, is just like a strictly superior version of Cagliostro's, right? Because if you do nothing on Kag's J22H, it whiffs entirely and you can just on reaction kill her for it. Whereas if that same thing holds true for Uno, he's just plus on block. Right. That's why like his dive kick is so goddamn good. Basaraga's a normal base zoner. I don't believe that either. I mean, yeah, again, they only are space control characters until they get their win con, and then they become, you know, in your face, kill you right now type things. Is Hydrogen Babies the avatars? Oh, it is, and the names are certainly mixed up. Thank you for that. Versuja the zoner, and the way the Bubs is, they have the ability to threaten space in the mid range. Mid-range characters to me are not necessarily, like a zoner is a character that wants to stay at full screen and keep you away from them, right? I feel like it becomes pretty obvious that Versuja is not a zoner when you compare her to like the actual, like archetypical zoner, which is Fairy, right? Even Matera is like 90% zoner, 10% rushdown, because of how like big Hop is for her, especially post-patch, right? But like, you know, compare Versuja to like Matera and Fairy, and it is very clear that she does not have the same game plans as those characters, right? Worked with the VPN, all safe? Good. Glad to hear it, man. Good on you for figuring it out in time. High damage does not prevent you from being a zoner. That is not what I'm talking about, at all. But yes, you are correct. It is usually, there is like some amount of like maybe correlation and causation right there, but, or correlation with zoners being lower damage usually. Off like, since they will be getting a lot more stray hits. But yes, that is also not what I'm referring to. Out. Fairy has good close range set play, but she doesn't want to run it against all matchups. Yeah, I mean, usually, I feel like that's, oh god! You know, in fighting games, every character becomes, you know, especially, I was gonna say especially in modern games, I'm not even sure that's true. Like, you know, usually every character, once they have a knockdown, it can be advantageous for them to run more set play based offense, right? It's because of how inherently strong it is to be able to set things up on someone's knockdown. Matera shits damage for a zoner? Yeah. I mean, yeah, if high damage made you not a zoner, then Matera would not be a zoner, right? That is certainly not the argument being posited. Ow. It's more so that I don't think that holding, like, mid-screen space control does not make you, like, your primary thing being mid-screen space control does not make you a zoner, I don't think. Why does Harry have a +1 close H? You fool, it's a +3 close H. You silly Billy. When I play against a grappler, any character I play becomes a zoner. That's true. That's true. I'm archetype fluid. Oh. I'm not a chip yet, but yeah. +3, that's correct. That's even worse. That's why close H is a frame trap you see fairies go for very often. Because her close H, I believe, is 8 frame startup and +3. So even if she close H's and you close L in that gap, you die. She needs it for the mix. She does kind of unironically need it. I'm not mad about Fairy's close H being +3. It is certainly funny that like plus on block close H's belong to Versuja, who just like, right? And then Soriz and Fairy, right? One of these things is not like the others, but she does certainly need it. What the fuck? Ha! Sure. Good brave counter. This is a little risky. I mean, one brave point, Cagliostro. This is you're one touched right now, right? Abel can very. I mean, now it's just, now yeah, it's literally anything, right? But even from there, Abel could very easily convert something into a kill. Oh my God! Wake up, DP. I mean, you gotta respect the attempt, but yeah, this teleports straight through it to the other side, baits it out, and that's 2-0. Shiro kills the first avatar. We do have Soriz in here, actually, but avatar number 2, backup avatar, coming in. Beppo hits with both hind legs. It probably kind of hurts there, yeah. Most of the damage that Abel took was self-inflicted, I swear. That is, I mean, most, maybe not, but like a sizable chunk tends to be the case. That's why I always say, right? Seox, Bubs is -2, I think. What are you talking about? I thought Soriz H was minus on block, so I was wondering why I got counter hit. Yep, Soriz is +1 on block. So he can't go close H, but he certainly can go close H, close M, right? Because he has a 6-frame close M. So if he goes close H, close M, and you hit any normal that isn't the throw, you die. And if he goes, yeah, that's exactly right. Who's Blyle's favorite musician? Never mind, that's obvious. Actually, not sure. Are you making like a sex predator joke, or there's a very wide variety? Or is it like, you know, some opera singer? Or like, is it Lucilius, because Lucilius knows how to play the guitar or something? P. Diddy joke? Yeah. 10k effective HP was the benchmark Abel's gave me if you do not spend HP to zone. Yeah, that's correct. I thank you for reminding me also. I kind of got taken off my point of view. But yeah, Seox, that's a 14,000 health character. Avatar Belial is not a 14,000 health character, right? Again, usually, Abel is closer to like a 10k health character, right? And that is why, despite everything, despite how insane so much of the stuff that Abel does is, he is still not like a crazy strong character by my estimation, right? Just because, like, bro, he has like 10,000 health for real, right? And if he doesn't have 10,000 health, like if he actually is a 14k character, then he's just not doing anything special, right? So really, it's kind of a catch-22. Owie. I mean, Shiro, we did say, you know, Soriz was having some trouble getting into the game. He has now since fixed it, so that's good. But we were saying, you know, just have Shiro go first, and there's a potential chance that he just can win, kill both of the Abels, and Soriz doesn't even have to figure out his problems just now. And he is sort of on track to do that. When are you giving in and swapping to JP dub brick? Probably never. I don't think I have anything against the JP dub, but I do really like the English dub. And honestly, every time someone who seems to like hate the English dub and only likes the JP dub comes in and says something like that, it probably pushes it back like another 3 years or something. Makes me feel like I have 10k. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I am not at all advocating for a health buff to Abel. I am just saying that, like, you know, 14,000 health Abel is definitely a lie. English dub is nice. I agree. I think it's very well done. Ow, ow. Americans, so true. Are you saying, like, first off, I'm Canadian. Second, are you saying that it's like because I speak English? That's like a... Who are you, man? What are you talking about? Weirdly, no one who ever comes in and says like, hey, you know, listen to the JP dub is ever like normal about it, right? Someone is like, how much money do I have to pay you to get off these cringe-ass English voices? Someone else is like, Americans listening to their English dub. I'm just like, what? Why can't anyone ever be like, hey, I like the Japanese dub. What are your thoughts? Why does it always have to be like weirdly aggressive? You know what I mean? Not aggressive, but just like, I guess just strange about it. People that I don't know just come in here and say things very confidently that they're wrong about. Canadians are just French people with extra steps. Yeah, the English voices aren't even bad. I mean, of all the voices, like the only like voice that I really don't like between the both of them is like Japanese La Diva, honestly, right? Like the JP dub is the only one that has a voice that I actually don't enjoy, right? So I mean, personally, I think the English I like the English dub better than the Japanese one, right? But why no German dub though? I just play Siegfried. Dub haters in 2025 is crazy. I don't get, yeah, it's like, it's definitely those kind of people, right? Because again, no one has ever had like I've never had someone come in and be like normal about it, right? Like I was just like, you know, it's like when are you giving in and going to the JP dub, which is already a weird way to phrase that question, right? And then when I go like, nah, I kind of like the English dub, and every time someone asks, it like gets pushed back, right? He goes, Americans, what is wrong with people, man? What? I don't even know that guy. It's like I don't recognize that name. It's very odd. Bricks, TikTok, Demons, and Chorizo Brothers. This is not winners finals. This is losers quarters, and we are once again back down to first to ones. Losers quarters. There we go. Shall we dance? Simply learn Japanese. So true. Alright, what am I doing here? Wait. Sorry, I got distracted by something. When Grimnir does HU Seal Dash, which does 5U send you to? Well, Grimnir does HU Seal, which does 5U send you to? What do you mean? 5U is a set jump, right? It doesn't go to. I don't think it does. It track to the seals? It's a set jump. It's just that, you know, usually if he has seals, it'll get him there. Another dub discourse. We get into Brick stream and something's never changed. I promise you, I'm not. I have no interest in discussing it, right? If I had a nickel for every time someone came in and randomly said some like very weirdly, strongly opinionated shit about the English dub, with literally no prompting from me, and then reacted strangely when I told them that I thought it was a weird thing to do, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Does Grimnir's 5U, does it actually track to what seals he placed down? Is YouTube slightly behind, or is it on my end? No, yeah, the YouTube stream is slightly behind. Yeah, usually like a couple of seconds behind the Twitch stream. It's a lot of damage, man. Owie. Owie, owie, owie. I always pick the dub that sounds best to me, and as you should, right? I'm not trying to say like, you know, everyone who doesn't understand Japanese should listen to the English dub. I'm just saying that for me personally, understanding what the characters are saying is a big boon. No, my goat. Yep. Yago has been Grimnired. It is up to Uma fan, Chorizo fan, to try and save him. Mpreg reaction, so true. Alright, Gyokuron versus Umafan.
Versus Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Street Fighter's Guile is a JoJo reference. JoJo is so old. JoJo is, in fact, very old. I can't stand my character in English. If I had to play her in English, I'd drop her in like 3 days. Zeta? I honestly, I think a lot of people do say like, you know, Zeta is she's way too like yappy and just like yelling all the time and shit like that. I don't know. It doesn't bother me personally. Grimnir 5U targets the last place sigil specifically? I just didn't fucking know. That's crazy. Me when I lie. Me when I spread misinformation. Like, my bad. Alright, so, how does that work then? So Shatter's question now stands once again, right? Oh, is this like really laggy? Unplayably so. How does that work if you place multiple seals at once with H or U seal, then? It's not the yapping, it's just her delivery feels flat in English? I don't know about all that. She's fucking screaming her little heart out, right? Usually have 120 MS and 2 rollback. I mean, one of you guys can try and make the room if you are so inclined. That sometimes fixes it. New room? Yeah. That sometimes fixes it. One of you make the room and give me the password. I will volunteer Gyokuron to do it. Gyokuron, make the room. Oh, the April Fool's music is gone. I tried to do ... but the furthest away one from 2-2H gets targeted. Second upper sigil. Okay, there you go. There's your answer, Shatter. I apologize for lying to you earlier. I was not lying. I was just stupid and wrong. I apologize. I hate to, I'm sorry to shatter your worldview like this. I hate to, you know, disappoint you in such a fashion.
Believe in victory.
Ooh.
Battle one.
What theme is this? Still fucked? Okay. Looks like they're actually playing the video game. Okay, that's good. It was seemingly like, you know, unplayably laggy. Oh, Karma. Empty hand does not go through Karma. Interesting. I guess it's not a projectile? Or maybe the projectile invuln runs out by the time that you're close enough to Bubs like that? Hawk to it. Sure. Oh! You know, it's kind of kind of unfortunate. Put yourself in the corner like that, yeah. You empty hand, gonna be a higher clash level than the H Unisonic right there. Smacks him out of the air. Comedian grab is gonna whiff. Like 30, 45 minutes probably still. Yeah, something like that. You can order now if you want. Out. Yeah, yep. Karma's a strike? I didn't know. Colossus theme. That's what that is. Gotcha. This Colossus theme song, so true. Is H Bub's DP still slower than average or only M? Think it's only M, right? Is his HDP not like 11 frames or whatever? Ow. Woo. Nuh-uh. I love that he said, you know, like that, you know, it's funny that he goes, nuh-uh, when he does his fireball, you know. Interesting. You should, like, I think Yokaron got caught, sleeping at the wheel a little bit there, which, I mean, forget about that. This is, if anything, got you caught sleeping at the wheel. That Raging Strike certainly is it. But yeah, on that EX Rekka, you basically should always mash, as far as I'm aware. I don't think the follow-ups are actually too fast to frame trap out of that shit, right? It's the L and M Rekka you have to respect. If Seox ever does like the plus on block overhead out of the EX Rekka like that, he should go straight to hell, right? I guess HDP is normal? I think so, yeah. I think so. Karma full on winning against the set Grimnor Tornado also just messed me up? Really? You know? Karma kind of a goated tool. Alright, so Wanathan, correct? Grimnir and Seox.
Versus Grimnir.
What does that mean on the greeting card? Turimase? What is that? Is Bub's dive kick just unfuckwittable? If you have a DP, really easy answer to it, right? It has pretty low clash level, actually. So if you can try to air it or something, you can usually also win. It is fast is the only thing, right? Gotta be, yeah, 2Hing it is very hard, but if you have a DP, it's actually quite easy to stop. But yeah, 2Hing it, like, it's like a, you know, it's like a 20 frame reaction check or something like that a lot of the time to 2H that shit. If Bubs just does it immediately, if they TK it, then yeah, you basically have to do it on a read, right? Bubs U dive kick crushes 2H? Correct, yes. Disclose my heart. Nope, I believe it does, yes? Oh, that was correct, Kira. I could have sworn I've seen that shit happen. What I'm hearing is Soriz can just mash EX kick. Soriz 5-use it, right? The best answer for Soriz is to 5-U it, usually. If you do 2H it, the Bubs gets hit with a Season 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Mind Crush, that's correct. I need to call a 6-2-3M Unisonic more, deals with the higher ones at least. The fellas? Unisonic is the best throwbait in the game, right? No. I don't know enough about the exact details of how Unisonic interacts with. Obviously, if you tech with a throw button. The fellas beat the dive? Yeah. Maybe? 5U does make more sense. I feel like I've hit Bubs out of... No, I feel like I've hit Bubs out of instant TK dive kick with like a 2L before. Right? I feel like his hurt box is still... Uno, yeah, I'm comparing it to Uno throwbait, and I'm saying, why would it... it's definitely Uno's? Yeah, but I'm saying, like, his Bubs is actually, like, the exact same, and I just haven't noticed. But I feel like I've hit Bubs out of TK dive kick with just, like, 2L'ing before, sometimes. He stays a little too low to the ground, right? If he TKs it. If he doesn't TK it, it's not really a throwbait. It's got, like, a bit of a... I mean, the U one's really good, but, I mean, again, that's a U skill, so... Bubs is a bigger boy? Yeah. Yeah, Uno or Grimnir is probably, you know, there's a bit of a back and forth. Uno's is an EX special, whereas Grimnir's is just jump up seal dash, right? Uno's is plus on block, whereas Grimnir's is minus on block, right? But Grim can also repeat his multiple times, and there could be a lot of guessing games, right? Bub's throw bait is lower than Uno's, yeah. So it's Uno or Grimnir. It's not Beelzebub, certainly.
I cannot lend you my mask.
Uno's needs a cooldown. You know, Grimnir's actually needs setup in the sense that he needs to get his seals out, or he just can't do it. Bub's throw bait is right in 5L range. I mean, 5L is a different thing. You usually don't want to be... if you were going to delay tech with 5L, that does make it a pretty... You can do the same thing to Uno's throw bait and to Kag's throw bait as well, right? Like, you know, for example, like Zoe's U Lightning. Her legs are hanging low enough that a lot of 2Ls will straight up hit her out of them. If it's not the low hitting 2Ls, like I know Ladiva does that. I think she does the same thing to Bubs as well. Which, like, if you do that to Uno, he kills you. He goes straight to hell. I'll disband the room now? Yes, sir. I shall exterminate them one by one. Sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but men can't get pregnant? Damn. Suki? A transphobe in my chat? You think you know a guy? My goat? No shot. It just feels so uncomfortable. You can rebind there. You can put it somewhere else. How unbased? Yeah. Someone get Uno here. How unbased? Won't stop people from trying. That's true. Explain this. There you go. Is the new Bub skin in purple and black? Looking kind of cool. This is the new Bub skin. It's one of the colors in the new Bub skin, yes. This is a little scary for Mr. Geitz right here. Yeah, please, chat, M-preg this man. Spam him with M-pregs, please, so he can learn his lesson. He is not beyond redemption. He is my goat, so be kind to him, but... Be kind to him, but also show him the error of his ways by spamming him with M-pregs. Okay, sure, good. The whiff punish there on the dive kick. That's something else you can do. A little bit harder to do on the H Unisonic, certainly, but... Is Bub skin just rupee shop, or do I have to do something special? Yeah, it is in the rupee shop. It's 22,500 rupees, I believe. I think... I'm not sure if you can even pay money to get it. It might... Because it's not a battle pass skin, right? It might only be rupee shop, actually. If you want to spend money, but you don't have... Out. You can just buy it as DLC? Oh, okay, you can. Okay, that makes much more sense. I didn't know if it was actually... I guess you buy it probably separately, I guess. You can pay money to get it as well. Well, there you go. If we impregnate Suki enough times, he'll learn. Exactly. Ruby Shopper buy with real money? Gotcha. Woo! It's 5 USD. It's about the same price as a subscription to the Twitch channel. Or for free with Amazon Prime. Isn't that crazy? No ads. Hyper Pet the Little Guy. Fairy Woe. All of the great emotes. And the ability to watch the sub-only streams on Saturdays, where I think we're going to be trying out the Grand Blue Gacha this week on the browser. I kind of am interested to get started on that. I think it seems like a fun game. I will not be spending any money, though, because I'm a better man than that. Brick, don't make that comparison. It makes me feel bad. See? Calcito is hyper-petting the little guy, and so can you. All you need to do is give me your money. I could be buying DLC skins instead of subbing. You could be losing on ranked with the Beelzebub armor skin and, you know, having suicidal thoughts about whether or not you should have ever been born. Or you could sit here and you know, have the streamer tell you that you should never have been born for a fact. Really, when I put it that way, I'm not really sure which one of those is better. Yeah, I mean, Kira was talking about how Bub's dive kick does not crush 2 H's. There it is, right? It clashed with the DP. That thing is higher attack level than any heavy, certainly. The gacha is basically an MMO. Playing the Grand Blue Fantasy Gacha tomorrow? No, the sub-only streams are on Saturdays. So it'll be on 2 days from now. So we'll do it. Yeah, Bub's U dive kick is DP attack level. Who would have thought? Big heavy boy. Okay, yeah. That is 1-0 for the Chorizo brothers. I got my prime back that day. Well, there you go. Hey, yo, Merp. What's going on, man? Thanks for the raids. Hello, Merp viewers. We're wall brawling. We're 2v2ing. We're in our losers semis right now. Still got a little bit of tournament left to go. Losers finals and grand finals. Hope you had a good stream, man. We got, Vasaraga versus Suja versus Seox right now. Stumi versus Uma fan, Chorizo fan. This is the only time that's happened. Yeah, yeah. But like the move, I mean, like is high enough that's if it's clashing with H up dog, it's certainly going to crush a 2H. Right? These poor femme men, they are not being enjoyed right now. I'll tell you what. They do not feel welcome. They do not feel safe. All dive is clash level 4. All other dives are clash level 3. Shouldn't it be clash level 5? Or is Updog a lower clash level than I thought? Does because H Updog's not a real DP, right? That makes sense. Does H Updog get crushed by like actual HDPs? What's going on, Zachariah? How you doing, man? Aid Mubarak, if I didn't tell you already. It's a little late, but I think I maybe have not had a chance to mention it to you yet. Install? Aura farming in my Grand Blue? Okay. Updog is weaker? It makes sense, because it's not an actual DP. Yeah, yeah. Probably like Soriz is... It's 6-6H attack level then. Which is, yeah, still higher than a 2H. That baits BCs? Boss Seahawks played. Thanks, man. Aim about it to you, too. Yeah, yeah. Aura spotted? I mean, also, his Aura... He's currently getting Aura crushed by this 999 hit combo right here. My god. And to think that's not, like, you know, it's not even the most damage. He can very, very easily TOD his ass from there, probably. Well, no, on 2 Brave points, definitely not. But if he started on 1 Brave point, he definitely could have. Plus 30, indeed. The Aura is gone. Very true. 6XL starter, he was probably dead if not. Yep. Scaled ass starter, right? 14,000 health character, SSBA, and 2 Brave points. Woo! Sure. Little fake empty hand, just get some distance from the big scary lady. Oh no, man. Counter hit recovery on that thing too. I mean, it is still pretty hard, like even with the counter hit changes. Seahawks' parry did not get any like extra recovery added to it or anything like that. So it is still pretty hard to actually smack him out of that thing without like a hard read. But let's watch your video about lowering the skill entry level in fighting games, and this is my take. I think it's fine to gatekeep to a degree. If the game is too hard for you, just play something else. I mean, if I can give you the if I can give you the most generous reading of that, Zachariah, I think I agree that it's okay for it to be hard to be good at the game, right? But personally, I you know. And so that's why I don't agree with the idea of like lowering the skill ceiling, right? There should still be like lots of depth to fighting games, in that, you know, someone who's been playing it for a year or two is like literally 100 times out of 100 gonna beat someone who picked it up like last week or something like that, right? Assuming there's not like a bunch of other fighting game experience it's not actually last week. They've been playing for like 6 years for other fighting games, something like that. But like the idea of like, so in that sense, I'm okay with gatekeeping like being good at the game. But like just getting into the game and being able to do something that looks somewhat visually cool so that you feel like you're interacting, I think I'm not super fine to gatekeep that. So again, on the most oh yeah, that's super projectile versus non-super projectile, right? So like if you know, in that sense, I agree with you. It's the same argument people have with Souls games. If the game is too hard, you should have a quest line log, lower boss difficulty. If you keep catering to casuals, you will lose the real hardcore fans. I mean, the Souls game argument is a whole other thing, because Souls games have literally always had difficulty settings, right? It's just that they're not, just like everything else in the game, it's not super obvious, right? But Souls games literally do have difficulty settings, and for the exact same reason, the more ungenerous reading of your argument, for example, Zachariah, would be that, you know, we should remove like summons and like powerful weapons and Estus and all the things that could make your run easier in Souls games, because you should just get good, right? And these like these things should like the you know, the spirit calling bell from Elden Ring or something like that. And I would disagree with that take, for example. People ignore the difficulty settings on Souls games, yeah. Right? Like, the Spirit Bell, Elden Ring is like the one that has the most of these, right? But like, you know, the Spirit's calling bell in Elden Ring is an easy mode, right? A lot of like the really powerful weapons with really crazy Ashes of War that are just obviously better than some equivalent choices are relatively an easy mode, right? Summoning for a lot of bosses can be an easy mode, right? Like catering your builds so that it hard counters a guy is gonna make the game easier, so. I just know some games suffer from making the games easier for newer players. Diablo 4 comes to mind. I can't speak. Our mission is to beat Calcito and Gyokron, so GG's. Well, there you go. If you want a hard gameplay PoE, if you want easier gameplay Diablo, yeah. Again, I don't. The thing is, hard is the word that I'm centering in on, right? I want a game that is hard to be good at, not hard to even get off the ground in, right? And I don't think those things, like if I could summarize that entire, because that was a very like rambly video that I put out, right? But I could summarize it all in one sentence. Basically, it's that, right? I want games to be hard to be good at. If it isn't, then what the fuck is even the point? Especially in a a game that is very obviously competitive, like a fighting game, right? It should be hard to be good at, but I don't want it to be hard to be bad at, right? Like I don't want it to be hard to even like pick up and play. And I feel like those things are not at all. You can have both of those things. You can have a game that is very easy to pick up and play, and is also incredibly hard to get really good at, right? This first to two, this is losers finals, so yes, yep. This is first to two. Also, this is. Wait. Oh, I did not realize that the Chorizos got cooked. Yeah, it was Versuja won that, right? Yeah. I was too busy talking about difficulty. So true. My first seed, dead in the ditch. I think you can have a game that is easy to get into and hard to master. I think, again, most modern fighting games, I think, still very much count as that, right? And again, I think, the modern fighting game, Street Fighter 6, is like the best example of that, in my opinion. Okay, this is Fem Men Enjoyers versus Hydrogen Babies.
The sound of your shattering core.
I want the same. I want a game that's hard to be good at so I can feel special. No, yeah, I mean, and again, like, for real, right? I don't want to, I completely agree with that take. Yeah. I think one of the primary reasons that people get so passionate and dedicated and spend so much time in like playing fighting games is that more than almost even like in my opinion, my biased opinion as a guy who really likes fighting games, right? But even more than like some other competitive video game genres, it feels like fighting games just so directly and satisfyingly reward the time and effort you invest into getting better at them. And it feels really, really good to like break through a plateau in a fighting game, or to have something that you've been working on for a long time and it finally becomes something you can do consistently, or like you fix some bad habit that you had or something like that. It feels amazing, right? And not a single shred of an iota of me wants to like get rid of that, right? But I don't think that is mutually exclusive with having a game that is easy to pick up, right? That's sort of the fundamental thesis of that 37-minute ramble video that I put out there, right? Anyway, this is Hydrogen. I've got to fix the overlay. Hydrogen Babies and Fem Men Enjoyers losers finals. The individual matches are first to twos, right? Losers finals. Fighting games can have easy entry levels and become harder at top level. You have to have commitment for it to feel hard. Yeah. And again, even in games that have one-button specials or like more universal mechanics that make it easier to pick up and play like different characters or what have you, it's still very much the case, right? Like it's still incredibly stratified, right? As a guy with like 1,000 hours in Granblue who has not ever really dedicated myself fully to becoming like a real competitive player, even though I have 1,000 hours and I play the shit out of this game and I think about this game all the time and I analyze this game all the time and I explain things about this game all the time, there are still people who are going to cook me like 20-0 in a first 20, right? So it still feels very stratified to me, despite the game being obviously like a very simple and easy to get into game, right? When will Granblue get a discount, man? The game is so expensive. It goes on sale relatively commonly, actually. It's just you gotta, it's usually not for very long. There's also a free-to-play version, Zachariah, if you were interested in at least trying it out and seeing if you like it. But it does have a much more limited roster of characters, right? That's what happened to me. I was just telling you about those improvements that I was super hyped about. It's great. Yeah, again, like, not a single cell in my body wants to make fighting games, like, easier to be good at, right? I want them to be easier to be bad at them. More fun to be bad at them, right? Like, like the example of like an auto combo, for example. You suck at the game, but you can still like mash the square button and get something cool to happen. And yet, there's like no way you're gonna even beat someone like, who's even a little bit okay if all you're doing is mashing the auto combo. Right? A free version with full online lobby play, arcade mode, training mode, and chapter 1 of story mode, and you can get to the highest rank in the game. You can get to master rank on free-to-play Grand Theft. Fighting games should be kept as much as possible. Now we're fucking talking. We should build a wall to keep all of the new-gen fighting game players out and make Smash Bros. Pay for it. Thoughts? We'll build a wall and the Smash players will pay for it. Ow. Ow, ow. Short. Roll not punished. Master rank, highest rank, poofed. Okay, you can get to Grandmaster on a free-to-play account too, can't you? The American way, exactly. We should kill players, think about picking up the controller. Exactly, yeah. And make the new gen fighting game players pay for the wall. Yeah, yeah, there you go, there you go. Now we're talking. What? That was, there's no, wait, no, he didn't have SSBA. Wait, what? That was intentional? I guess it's actually, no, it's plus on block. Yeah, it's plus on block, never mind. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I forgot that it's not like a run-up DP or something like that. That shit's plus. That was intentional. Yeah, I forgot that it's plus on block, and it will beat you for mashing, right? Oh, good whiff punish. Did a speedrun with Versuja last week. Got master on the free version. That's fun. Faith loves doing that, really. I mean, honestly, it's kind of fucking hype. So you're not gonna see me complaining. Make fighting games compatible with stick controllers only. Yep, yep. Make the only sticks available on the market $800 fight sticks. Also, if your first fighting game was anything later than Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, then you will be shot to death like a dog in the streets. I got GM on free version also. Yeah, I saw that. Skag was in free edit because of my placement on a major. That's pretty aura, right? You do well enough that your character becomes free, and then you get them to GM on the free version before they rotate out. They're kind of big balls, big ball, and big dick. I think Master should be a little bit more accurate, though, considering we're talking about how hard something is. We really should adopt an ELO system. I agree. I've made a video on that, in fact. In a game with a smaller population, ELO systems get a little funkier, right? So, like, it probably wouldn't work as well as it does in Street Fighter 6, but it would still certainly work. Because the highest ELOs would be lower than you'd expect. But the fact that ELO systems are zero-sum means that, you know, there needs to be more players for the ceiling to expand. I do still like Master Rank in Grand Blue, and like even Grandmaster, like even though there are some certainly frustrating things about its implementation. But yes, I do think, you know, Street Fighter 6 just has the best rank system right now, and everyone, as soon as they can, should get to copying that, I think. Especially, at least, for the higher level stuff. I think I might actually prefer, Grand Blue for D rank through S++. Because I feel like it's a very nice, just like, upwards easing of difficulty, right? The whole way through, but... How balanced are characters in Grand Blue? Is there a huge gap between, let's say, S tier and B tier? No, I don't think so. I think, I personally, for example, would not even say there is a B tier. But yes. I think the game is very balanced. Like, you know, some characters that some people might consider, like, pretty bad can straight up, like, perform pretty well at majors consistently, right? I'll be honest, I don't normally think about improving or difficulty or all that. Normally, when I play something, is this interesting to me? Improving in Grand Blue is interesting to me. Well, interesting is a very... We try to put words on things to make it easier to figure out, right? What is interesting? What makes things... Like, we try to dig one level deeper, right, Con? What makes things interesting? Sometimes it's challenge. Sometimes things can be interesting and not be enjoyable, but does enjoyment help or does it hurt? Probably helps. What thing makes things more enjoyable? Challenge, rewards, right? Like complexity. Interesting is you're one layer more abstracted, basically, right? It's not that you're thinking about it from a different angle. You're thinking about it from a more abstract point of view. Kira, right back on the cab. I'm not spectating. Oh no. Oh fuck. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. Also, the names have been backwards this entire time, and no one said anything. Except for that one guy, probably, who said something. I just missed it. Am I the only one who can't wait for the next new batch of characters on that we'll get after Elena? I'm curious. I never played Street Fighter 5, but G, the president of the world, he seems really funny. I mean, from a big body perspective, I feel like it will be... I don't know if I would be interested in playing Abigail, but like, yeah, Hugo, stuff like that, right? That all seems cool, potential. I feel like Grappler DLC doesn't usually happen, just because it is a more, like niche archetype in terms of players that might be interested in playing and therefore buying the DLC. I guess I'll gap. I mean, Comedian grab. Comedian grab with him. What are those? There was like some, there's like some like Elena leak that was like fake or something like that, or was it real? I haven't been keeping. Oh no! Okay, messed up the something or other. Messed up the conversion there, but didn't come back to bite him. I've returned. Hello, student. Kira is currently attempting to gap in your place, and I mean off to a decent start. DP, that is brave, man. DPing as Abel is brave shit. Leak's real? Ah, okay. Ah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a real, suicide combo, sure. It's close. You do the launch, and then it's close M, raging strike, U fireball, close H, H Rekka, U fireball, U flight, right? That's the suicide combo, I believe so. I say I can't wait, but I'll probably just stick to JP and Geef. Yep. You got all your bases covered right there. There's a link of the leak. I don't. I honestly just like heard that it happened, and I didn't even take a look. I kind of hope Menat and Falk come to SF6. I bought SF5 on sale because they looked fun, and they are. Bro, we need more. We need more waifus. No, sir. Yeah, spot dodging that is scary business. Gets the good punish in there too. You can close L, close H, which means that you know, that time spent right there gives enough time for your Rekka to cool back down, so you can get the good mid-screen punish. Another Menat enjoyer. I'm in Nash Copium and Menat Hopium. So true. I'm just ready for SF6 to have a season that isn't half guest characters. Listen, they were doing a thing, okay, and like Ken and Chun-Li and City of the Wolves. I am waiting for my turn. I like Nash as well. He's like Guile's dead friend or something like that, right? Who got like bisons. Guest characters, yeah. Let me hear you. Ah, nice. Yeah, that shit is air unblockable. Honestly, that was like about health even, almost, but... Let me hear you. Especially when you consider the proportion of the HP. Bob's having 2k more than Abel. Oh, good super jump, dude. If he had converted that, he might have been. He could have been the world's greatest human. Fuck, my man took a break. So that character is so annoying to play against. I didn't really get that sense. Maybe it's because I'm too busy gooning to, you know, view her on her merits. Ah, guessed comedian grab and guessed incorrectly. Big damages. Couldn't have killed them. Part of me is genuinely curious. Does Bubs get like some sort of close-up, like mid-screen extension with his U skill or something like that? I feel like with 100 meter and like Avatar. Always very scary when you see someone jump the flight like that. He could have killed for sure. Nope. The duality of man. Let me check in the wiki. Jumped on red. Instant death. Very scary. Let me hear you. Oh, nice. Jumps over the Devil Jin. Raging Strike with double U-skill finisher? Yeah. Does more than the SBA route. Raging Strike, Raging Chain, Close H, 236H, 214U is kind of the best you get to do. Wouldn't they get 2 U-skills there? They could do like a raw 214U off something, maybe? You are very dead, by the way. Oh, Abel hitting raw U skills like that in the combos it's just so much. It's just so much. It's so much fucking damage, man. It's just so much goddamn fucking damage. Okay, well. Steeler still alive. Versuja Abel. This is not a wonderful matchup for the big guy. If you're talking 100 bar, yeah, but his mid screen is bad. Yeah, but I believe Kira did have 100 bar in that situation. Is more so what I'm referring to. Let me hear you. Very not good matchup for Abel. We'll see. I mean, it certainly makes sense, yeah. But we'll see what Steeler does about it. And you know, it may be die. What he does about it may be die. Arguably his worst. Well, she's right here. Yeah. Also, Versuja's damage on Abel just looks so ridiculous, man. Yeah, got a brave counter there. You can't be eating all that chip. I mean, dread it, run from it. It arrives all the same. But Apparently the Switch 2 version of SF6 is going to have all the characters in it, from what I've heard. Like, not DLC, just in there. I wonder if it'll be more expensive than the base game. Did the round start 10 seconds ago and he's dead already? I mean, this is an incredibly volatile matchup. This is the Akuma of the game, but he has even less health versus one of the highest damage. Like, think about, this is Akuma versus Marissa, but Akuma has like 6k instead of 9k, right? Is how you can think about this, Zachariah. So yes, he certainly can die very, very quickly. Add 0 BP, I can get much there. Oh, you had 0 BP! Okay, yeah. Abel perishes very quickly. Yeah, he has about 10k effective HP most rounds in a game where the average HP is 16,000. So I guess it's more like if Akuma had 7.5. If he had 7.5k instead of 9k, and he was fighting Marissa. Except Marissa's really good in this path, but you know, in terms of like the damage that she might be able to get. Oh, okay. I mean, he just dies to a throw at this point. That's a lot. Like that chip, just it feels. Oh, that could have been a kill right there, but didn't quite manage to confirm the close M, and guesses correctly for game. Does Stumi. The supers look so good, man. This is a very pretty game. I love Grand Blue. That's all I got to say. I love Grand Blue, man. Abel puts you in a 50-50 for game with that SSBA, and Stumi did just guess right. You gotta commit to an option. Okay, that still works. Is that more damage up close than the rocks? If enough of those arrows hit. Sealer is a big optimizer, I know, so honestly, if he does that, I would imagine the answer is yes. Oh, throw baited, alright. The thing I don't really like is the sound effect when you use normal specials. I don't know how you call them. You mean like, oh, I saw that. If I saw that shit in the spectator view, it was even worse outside of it, right? So I don't know what happened there. There was certainly some lag. So still a decent spot. And still very potentially chipped out here is Mrs. Suja, the Devil Jin. I felt the lag from here. Yeah, I felt that shit from 5 doors down. Imagine if Akuma had a 7k, if she had 7k health, Capcom would give him an unreactable looping 50-50 to compensate. Yeah. Little bazoom and yeah, the U skills and EX specials have those sound effects, right? The laser sound, yeah. It's like the orange and blue ones, right? When people glow orange or glow blue. Ow, ow, ow. This is a dead Abel, certainly. Actually, not a lot of heavies coming out. Yeah, and Versuja can't get close H off Raging Strike. But he's still dead. Okay. Still able. Bought the first Grand Blue on sale randomly one day and was a great purchase from playing Rising since release. Indeed. A loophole fuzzy setup that is also a safe jump is not broken at all, trust me. I wonder who Calcito mains. It's such a mystery. Exactly, I don't like that, but I guess it can be modded. Yeah. You can also just turn some sound effects down as well, but I'm sure if it bothers you, then it probably bothers someone else. I've never even thought about it. There probably are mods that change it. There's a shit ton of visual mods and stuff for the game too. Dude, spot dodging that made me very scared for him. Brave counter is minus in this patch. You hate to see it. Alright, well. Versuja W. Stumi taking that home for the gang. Not sure if he's back to double bracketing, but it is. Oh, I haven't updated the bracket in a little bit here. Chorizo Brothers and Fem Men Enjoyers right there. Fem Men Enjoyers killing hydrogen babies. We got grand finals now. The old man and the sea, the old man and the child versus Fem Men Enjoyers. Get a handle on your PC. I mean, yeah, that looked like maybe that was PC lag actually, yeah. Because it was like when there was a lot of shit happening on the screen. Nier was even crazier. Actually, 50-50 loopable setups. Yep. Didn't even need a resource or anything either. The high-pitched effect from heavy skills is also in the original game. It's so loud you can hear it with your headphones off. Yeah. At least you can BC Grim Nier. I mean, I'm not. He's definitely not as good as pre-patch Nier, right? But not even close. Like, again, she still would probably. I mean, at this point, she would definitely be in a tier of her own, right? If you just took that character and put her in there. Like, there were some characters you could have argued in, like, 1.2, 1.3, stuff like that, but all the top tiers now are weaker than... Maybe not than they've ever been, but you know, 1.5 and 2.0 are much lower power level versions of Grand Blue than 1.4 or 1.3 or 1.2 or, God forbid, fucking 1.0, right? Busted Ass Zeta can kill you for BCing her fuzzy setup. True, but it takes a risk to do that, right? She does have to H Rhapsody. You understand the risks you are taking, right? You are potentially betting on the underdogs here by the very virtue of them being in loser sides. Which again, I guess, yeah, very quickly, this is Grand Finals, so if you're unfamiliar with double elim brackets, the way this works is that the old man and the sea, the old man and the child, right here, they essentially, for being in winner's side of Grands, not having dropped the set so far, their prize is they get an extra life. So we're going to play the normal sort of like crew battle setup here, right? First to two between Soriz and Bub's Barista Kirigaki right here, right? And then, you know, loser of that dies, their teammate comes in. If they die, you know, then that set is over. If the winners of that first set are Soriz and Shiro, then tournament's over. They win. If the winners of that are Stumi and Kirigaki, then everyone gets revived and we do it again, right? And then at that point, for that second go-around, winner takes all. Also, break between Ed, Jamie, and Kim. Who should I play in? Oh my, bigger command grab, better person? Who the fuck do you think you are? Oh my lord. Alright. Between Ed, Jamie, and Kim, who should I play in SF6? I mean, you play, what? You play Abel and Duel, primarily? What the fuck? He's just a bigger man. Bigger command grab, better person. He who command grabs second, command grabs harder. It's simply the rules, I fear. You sound sounds Kim-pilled to me, Bonjin. Based on who I remember you playing, I think I would recommend you Kimberly. Especially if you like Yule. Similar sort of idea with being kind of tricksy and mix based, but also and like a full rush down character. Muscle flex, command grab, indeed. The world's manliest round of Grand Blue. Oh, nice. You can certainly super the dash punches on the way in, or DP them on the way in too. We were talking about ways to beat them previously, spot dodging or throwing or what have you. Install Soriz. I will say one thing about Soriz, right? He uses that 5U a lot, and to very good effect, I think. He's on five manliness stocks, 5 macho man stocks right there. Very often when he goes into that install, which it just makes him so tanky, right? Like, when he has, like, 3k health or something like that, goes into install, he just basically gets another 3k. Becomes like a 20,000 HP character. It's just so good for Soriz. I'm playing Mano. I dropped Abel mostly, so UL is the main almost exclusively. Yes, Kimberly. I would recommend Kimberly, for sure. I'm playing Mano, but I also like Guile, Honda, and Luke. Fair enough. Yeah, Soriz 5U is a very consistent answer to Unisonic, right? It's not going to be super high reward, but very easy to 5U, very hard for Bubs to punish with like an empty jump or something like that, because you can still just flex and get him to block something, right? And gets him those Macho Man stacks. 5 stocks again. Oh, just caught him but didn't convert it. Got a little panicky. Lets the super rip. And yeah, I mean, that thing is just so unbelievably minus, right? Again, minus 40 on block, minus 55 on block. If it's charged, I don't know how minus it is on whiff like that. It might be, you know, again, closer to that, like minus 45, 47 sort of thing. That spot dodge is pretty early, but thank you. Point being, Bubs was very, very dead right there, right? It's something that I've mentioned kind of often post-Season 2, but while Bubs, I do think, is still like a very capable character, a very, very solid, strong character, he definitely like is one of the people who hates the meterless reversals and supers are now counter hit. He's one of the people who hates that the most of everyone in the game, right? Because he just has like all of the most punishable reversals in the entire fucking, right? His command grab super is minus 83 on whiff. His non-command grab super is like minus 40 or 55 on block. His DP is like really slow for his MDP, or in general it's like minus 20, minus 30, right? His SSBA got nerfed. He just, if you ever block a reversal from Beelzebub, people just get to do whatever the fuck they want to that guy. As far as I know, Kim is another mid-tier mixed rushdown character. I think he fits me pretty well. Yeah. I think he's very similar to some U-Link. Wish Lucilius was punishable like that? Yeah, you know, he's not, but I too, I mean, honestly, I wish Ladiva was punishable like that. I wish a lot of characters had, I think that Bubs' reversal design, and like Narmaya, her reversal design as well, she also has very minus reversals, right? I think that, you know, they should be the standard, not the exception. Like, if I block your super, your ass should be like minus 50. Why not? For everyone across the board. If I block your DP, your ass should be like minus 30. Right? That is much more common, you know, these days. A lot of the most egregious reversals, at least, are like minus 15, 16. So, bonk. Grimnir is like minus 63. That's true. Yeah, Grimnir also has some very exploitable reversals, certainly. And, you know, meanwhile, the Diva is like, I mean, her command grab super is minus 49, which is very funny. If you don't backdash that shit, if you jump it, like, very often, you don't get a punish. And her anti-projectile super, which, to be fair, not a reversal, like, not a, like, really a reliable reversal at all. It's only got, like, 5, 6 frames? 7 frames? I mean, maybe 7 frames of interval. But that thing is, like, you know, that thing could be up to, like, minus 9 on block or something like that, which is just not the Grimnir downplay. I mean, saying that like, I think acknowledging that a character has some things that are worse about them is not necessarily downplay her. In the very same breath, I can be like, boy, Grimnir's UDP sure is ass, and also Grimnir, you know, Grimnir very well might be the best character in the game. Oh no! Ow. Sure.
Battle 2. Engage.
214U is so sad, man. Watch the knowledge check video, it was pretty good. The character has weaknesses, I think that maybe bottom 1. Yeah. HDP, Bubs' ult spin, yeah. I mean, you know, that, I actually don't know if Soriz' HDP is Soriz' HDP Clash level 4 or 5? Do we know? I would guess 4. I do call it a DP attack level move, but I think I'm wrong. I think it's a 6-6H attack level move. Right? I think? If you missed it, Soriz H-kicked Bubs out of U-spin? Yeah. Level 4, yeah. It's deep. It is DP Clash level? Does it crush 6-6Hs in Clash? Because, like, we saw, like, you know, Fairy's up dog, for example. Her H up dog is actually 6-6H Clash level, pretty sure. Regardless, yeah. Higher than Bubs U-spin, apparently. Yeah, I didn't really, like, I guess I just didn't, I'm just so used to seeing Soriz's H kick crush things, that even though it was a U skill, I didn't necessarily, you know, I wasn't like, whoa, you know, I'm just like, yep, that's Sora's H kick, being Sora's H kick, once again. Oh, throw baited, yeah. Yep. And to think, like, that used to do so much more damage, man, that U skill starter. Like, Sora's getting the 2-2U, that was one of the fucking scariest things that could ever happen to you in, like, 1.0 Grand Blue, man. In the corner, especially, that shit was 125 meter combo into, like genuinely, like, 11.5k or something like that. It was on a throw bait. On a plus on block throw bait. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this, man? So, Old Man in the Sea, up 1-0 right there. You would challenge me armed with only what nature has provided. It's still super scary, but not nearly as bad nowadays. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, it does a lot less damage because it scales the combo that it starts, and also 125 meter combos don't exist anymore. So it does, like, you know, 3 to 4k less or something like that on the optimal than it used to if you start off 2-2U, I think, right? Like, I think Soriz gets something closer to, like, 8k damage off it if he has SSBA. It might be a little bit more, actually, but maybe it lost like 2 to 3k. Actually, Mr. Streamer, Matera still has 125% combo. I think everyone does, as long as you punish the startup frames of a super flash with your U skill. I know we found there was that weird bug post for Suja patch. I'm not sure if it ever got taken away. The way that the super flash slowdown worked made it kind of funny. I kind of miss 125 meter combos purely for the sauce. Me too. I think they were very fun. Like, to this, I'm okay with it, right? Like, I'm a big fan of pretty much all the directions that the Suja patch took the game in, a 1.5 patch. But me personally, I was always more on the side of I would like the U skills to be higher risk, not lower reward necessarily, right? Like, what they did to, like, Ladiva's U Lariat is a design change I wish they would do to all of the neutral skip U skills and stuff like that. Where, like, it got given a lot more recovery frames, so that when you spot dodge that thing, no matter how late you spot dodge it, basically, got caught trying to avoid the command grab. As long as you do the correct thing and spot dodge it, you pretty much always get at least a throw punish, often more, right? That is not the case, for example, on this guy's U tackle. Sora's ult skills are high risk. You tackle. I would still rather like you dash punch have more whiff recovery. I think it is quite easy to spot dodge you dash punch a little too late and not get a throw punch, right? So yeah, but I'm not talking about Sora's in particular. I'm talking about like just the general idea that they still kept a lot of U skills like pretty safe, but they just made the reward less. Is personally like not my ideal vision, but it's still, you know, still works out pretty well, right? Ow, dude, Shiro's not gonna play, man. He's one game away. Sandy and B 214U, my beloved. Yeah. I wish they make his U lariat like Zeta's 623U. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, with them also lowering the reward on old skills, I'm somewhat more okay with some of them being a little bit more safe, right? I'm the best cheerleader that ever existed. Yeah, I mean, you're just, you know, sitting there in the Discord call going Dale Soriz. I get it. Next update, BB tag air combos. So true. Give me jump cancels on my normals. Oh, you don't spot dodge that. You gotta be careful spot dodging on blue against Versuja, right? It's the correct thing to do against U-Pillar, certainly. But it will get you killed against Uanitia. I think you can roll out of U-Pillar sometimes if you go real early, but obviously, you know, U-Pillar hits low enough to catch your roll, so... There's a bit of a funny... Old man just bring the child to just watch and learn, yeah. The child who is older than him. Oh, okay. Good interrupt. Happened to work out there. Between the far H's, you gotta respect the U tackle a little bit more than that. Just throwing out the projectiles. When bro has 50 meter? We gave every character an air special if they didn't already have one. Nodders? What is this? Tekken 8 Season 2? Is this common? Is this the current events, guys? I don't know. I'm not, you know. Oh, the old man is an old man. Oh, fuck. The old man is actually an old man. Not like this. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think there is definitely a little bit of PC lag going on. I think on Stumi's end, right? A lot of times you notice like when there's U skills, the shit like tanks a little bit. Happens. I personally enjoy how Melty Blood has most air combos end on a grab. That's a cool idea. Just like sack them back down to the ground. Let's give every character instant overhead shimmy air okay moves. Now we're talking. Or just only give them to Ladiva, actually. Check out these guns. Get interrupted. You buffoon. Plus 30. Plus 30 all over the place. Everyone's aging at a rate never before seen. Good throw. Good punish on the spot dodge. Solid awareness. I mean, 214U is a lot of different ways you just get chipped to death here. Yeah. Right, Soriz is one of these characters who is just very good at enforcing his will when you're low on health. Really hard to avoid chip against this guy. Right? Also just letting a DP rip, but obviously, you know, it's got its inherent risks. Okay, so this is tournament point here for Soriz and Shiro, potentially. Let's see. Tekken removed character weaknesses and everyone hates it. Legit? Yeah. I am partially making a joke, but also partially it is pretty fucking bad from what I've seen, so. Okay, blocks the Brave counter. Still his turn. No conversion off the counter at JH. That might come back to bite Stumi a little bit. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, throw baited. You punched. That should be the kill. Crunchy connection or not. The child doesn't even need to get out of the stroller, man. The child stays in the stroller and the old man takes care of business. Be wary of an old man in a profession where men often die young. Alright, well. Goddamn. Soriz, Shiro, the old man, and the child. Taking home our second? I generally forget. I think maybe third. I think third. A 2v2 open wall brawl right here. Very well done. Soriz broke the frame rate, indeed. This old man character is kind of busted. So true. Brazil too strong, I'm afraid. Yeah. If you guys have time, the usual ritual here, basically, for the Thug Finals for these is that the two players fight themselves. But it depends if Soriz is available or not. Honest mid-tier wins again, yeah. Brazil too strong, I'm afraid. Correct. Third, thank you. Old man puts child in the backpack. Correct. No Gamba? Oh, did I made a Gamba for this, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, good. And I can pay it out right there, too. Works out. The old man in the sea was the favorite, but Brazil numero uno. Mordekaiser es numero uno. Hue. Looks like Soriz has dipskied. Fun little thing for this Thug Finals here. Hero did tell me that he wanted to do a little RFL tribute, right? His org there. He said they've done a lot for him. And I believe, if I understand it correctly, I think him and Soriz are going to sort of take a little moment of silence and draw the first round on time here. Just, you know, a little shout out. His name is his tag today was RFL Warrior as well, right? So we'll get them. I believe that is what's about to happen. Yeah, they're just gonna sit here and do this for a little bit. You know, it's a little 90-second countdown right here. Honestly, I respect it, right? Again, he changed his tag today to RFL Warrior instead of Shira, right? You gotta, it's good to acknowledge the people who have helped you along the way, right? I know I saw Shiro actually. It was very cool to see Shiro was in Kayane Cup, right? Always fun to see people that you know from different Discord communities or whatnot doing crazy shit. I love watching the Soriz do the aerobics, man. You know Soriz can do? He can do like a 623U. Oh no, it's 62 counter hit 623L into 623M into 623H into 623U. Like this, like, you know, L M H and U roundhouse is actually a real anti-air combo he can do. It's a bad one, but he can do it. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, we will get them double dragoning and beating each other's ass in just a minute, but I don't know. I like this kind of stuff personally. Ronaldinho soccer combo. Let me synthesize. I don't think I've ever seen Kag's taunt, now that I think about it. We saw, was it Soriz? I think it was Starlix who taunted on accident, some way halfway through one of the matches in the bracket, right? Yeah, I think this is fun. I think this is, like, you know, it's nice. It's endearing, right? She hit me with a taunt mid combo once. That is, never mind. This guy's a villain. He should be buried under the prison. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. RFL will be missed. Yeah. Shout out RFL. Rest in peace. That was a little tribute that Shiro and Soriz agreed to do right there. Ow. And now we shall get them actually beating each other's ass. But yeah, no, I think that was really nice, right? It's nice to, you know, to remember people who helped you out, and you know, even if the org is not around, at the very least not in the same capacity. Who's gonna make the graphic for the 2v2 bracket? I am going to do like all of them. I promise. I keep this being like, you know. It's like one of those things where, like, they don't take that long to make, but I keep being like, oh yeah, I should do that, and then something distracts me, and then yeah, it's just like it's never high enough on my mental stack. I have like 4 weeks of Wall Brawl top 8 graphics to make. I have like 8 of them to do at this point. I will, I promise. I don't do anything on Fridays. I got no streams. I got no obligations. So maybe he's alive. Maybe I can finally get around to it tomorrow. Can't wait to see the graphic next year. Yep. Surprised he lived that. Just woke up drenched in sweat. What happened? The old man and the sea, the old man and the child, won our 2v2 bracket right here, Soriz and Shiro. And yeah, they tied the first rounds in respect for RFL. And now they're beating each other up. We have to see who carried who. Did the old man put the child in the backpack, or is the child actually, you know, 1,000 years older than the man, and therefore, oh god, should not be patronized in such a way? Nitwit. No conversion off of it, sure. How the fuck do you taunt mid combo? Like, where do you aren't taunts like you know, multiple seconds long? Where do you have enough time? Like, where's someone held in one place for long enough that you can actually taunt and keep a combo going? I feel like maybe off a drop into a trap. Yeah, I guess like as like set play, right? Taunting as set play. Now we're talking. He told me it was almost impossible to hit that combo, so he had to do it. Like, it was mid-combo. He did something, and then taunted, and then continued the combo count. But that does sound, like, incredibly hard. Man, the traps do pause. Yes, that's crazy. Combo Magician for real, man. Like, a really high knockup canceled into a taunt where they land in a trap, so they're locked down just long enough. Yeah, I mean, that'd be the only thing I could possibly even see, right? Seifu Jumpu. Oh, does Soriz have to walk forward a little bit there to make it a safe jump? I noticed Soriz did not immediately hold up forward, right? It's the Nya duo, yeah. Well, you can do it with U drill. All right, yeah, the U Catabot. But you lose the rest of the combo damage, yeah. But I mean, well, this was never about optimizing damage. It was always about optimizing mental damage. Don't mind me. I forget that he just says, he like straight up says, "I'll kill you" on the Brave counter. That is not safe. Didn't convert Far L into U dash punch. Is it just like not worth the meter? Since it wouldn't have killed. Because Trey would rather go into the reset, into the back throw right there. I see the vision if so, yeah. That sword is 5U, man. The armor starts up in 3 frames, right? So it is really nice for him in that sense. Like, Soriz does not have a meterless reversal, right? But of all the characters who doesn't, he's like the closest, right? He's got like his H roundhouse kick, which can like really fill that role quite well. If he had 5 stocks there, I wonder if Shiro could have killed him. I think still, probably, but he's got the H roundhouse kick, which like almost fills that role, and then the 5U does a very similar thing too, right? They're 1-1. Oh, I've been forgetting to update the overlay. Thank you. You can't do any mental damage to me because I have none. I have no mental HP. I'm already constantly at 0 mental HP. In a perpetual state of self-hatred. Zoom, zoom! Oh. We all wake up with a few debuffs, some more than others, yes. As it turns out, Life has a hell of an Okizeme game. Life is a set play character. It tends to hit you the hardest when it gets a knockdown. Sure. Good 5U to keep the turn going. Nap debuff is real, so I don't take naps anymore. I love naps. I took a nap today. Kind of. I went to bed at like 10 a.m. and I woke up at 1 p.m. So, you know. 3 hours is... That's not... I just DP on Life. If you DP on Wake Up, though, you might never come back. Right? What is DPing on Wake Up in Life? Like, doing drugs to ease the pain? Yeah, it's a lot of chip damage. Indeed. Life has 4-way mix, and there is no guard button. I'm gonna tell you that right fucking now. What's Life's optimal punish? I mean, it's really sad. Looking at my bank account as a 50-50? Nah, that shit is just guaranteed to be sad every time. The 50-50 implies there's a potential for a positive outcome there. You wake up in the morning and punch the air. That sounds kind of quaint, honestly. You want to behold the spirit of manhood? Wait, these characters are kind of the same, right? They both go Nya. They both tell you to behold when they use a U skill. Behold my true power, my true might. Whatever Kag says when she does her U toilet. Then Soriz goes, behold the spirit of manhood. 2H, huh? I believe 2H Raging Strike. That was the old starter for the 125 combo, right? Life's optimal punish, waking up next to your wife. Who doesn't sound like a punish at all? Soriz is just the young version of Kag. Honestly, why not? This life thing got hands? For real. I don't know what life's optimal is, and I don't want to get hit by it, because I'm pretty sure it's a TOD. Let's just say. Okay. Raw super. Big damage. This is double dragon points for the old man right here. Owie! It is funny to look at Soriz and Kag and think that, you know, Soriz is the younger version of her, but it's true. Or at least, you know, as far as the age difference, whether or not they're actually similar at all in personality is a whole other thing. And one of them's obsessed with manhood, one of them's obsessed with cuteness, right? There's parallels, at least. Ta-da! Ooh. Get your backdash caught. Nerd of them. Alright. Little tick throw action. Never hurt nobody. Shiro holding on to that DP. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, oh, oh. That is, it's a dead Soriz, certainly, right? No, it's not. Oh, God. Oh, this is oh, God. He could have killed him right there. Close H. I saw him hit a button on the 2-2U, and my life, his life, flashed before my eyes, man. Yeah, that 5U right there, actually, like, that U trap could have very well been suicide by Shiro right there, but Soriz did not have the wherewithal to punish it in the scramble. Can't blame him. Tech throw with close H, smart, yep, yep. Beats him if he 2-2Us. No, I'm angry. Well, Shiro stays alive, but he's right away back in a not-so-ideal spot right there. Again, I'm a little confused. Did something change? I could have sworn... I played Soriz before even 1.5, right? But I could have sworn that his far L combos into the U dash punch. I do wonder why it seems that... I believe that Soriz might have been able to kill if he had done that. But he seems to never, he seems to never do that cancel. And I wonder if it just doesn't work anymore, or if I am stupid and only ever worked on counter hits or something. I don't think that was the case. It's possible. It's been a while since I played Soriz, so I could just be lying on the internet for fun, as I'm known to do. Sure. One brave point on Mrs. Leostro here is certainly worrying. Oh no. He just teched with the throw button, and Shiro whiffed his throw and got thrown for his trouble. Oh, God. Yep. Shiro was trying to hard call out DP on the Clash right there, right? Because that will beat every other option besides spot dodge, but Soriz just stared him down, punished the spot dodge, and it is official. The old man did, in fact, put the child in the backpack. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. The winner of Double Dragon gets to say they carried the loser. Regardless, though, in all seriousness, very well done to both of these fine fellas. Always fun to see high-level Soriz. A rare treat, at least over here. So shout out Soriz, shout out Shiro, shout out RFL. Shouldn't have eeped there. Yeah, no eep maxing. No eep maxing allowed. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the brackets. That is going to do it for the tournament, for the stream. Tomorrow I am not live. Thanks again, Brick. No worries, man. Tomorrow I'm not live. Saturday, I am going to be live with a sub-only stream, as usual. Probably playing the Grand Blue Gacha. I'm kind of genuinely interested to try it out on the browser or something like that. Really fun tournament. You made it very fun to watch as well, so I appreciate it. So come by, hang out. If you're not subbed, Sunday will be your regularly scheduled Grand Blue, so I'm able to master, hopefully, something like that. We shall see. Otherwise, I guess I will end the stream on YouTube here and find someone to raid on Twitch, potentially. Have a wonderful day, fellas.